What is up, everybody? It's your boy Drew, checking out that Sunday night Abyss. Tonight we're going to talk about the Paneldemic and do a panel about panels. Speaking of panels,
Or wait, was that even when did
we got one of the.
yeah, March of 20
Okay, you got some audio
no,
running.
Yeah, I'm killing that
2019.
audio.
Okay, we got one of the reigning champions of these panel channels right now. We got Benton J.A., aka Benton 24/7, aka Ben Thorpe's daddy.
Ha ha. Collect and scalp.
Collected scalps brutalized Ben Thorpe to make him rage quit. That's one of the appeals of the panel is that you can make people rage quit. Shout out to Tinfoil Straight Jacket. But yeah, tonight I wanted to talk about if anyone wants to join in, talk about these panels overall and stuff, and the maybe like how do they serve the system? Some other interesting things I've heard in a book with. I always say that in a yurt with books. Speak of the devil. Right when I said it, he popped up. Right when I said it, in the thought experiment is his new channel. Now, one of the interesting things that I wanted to talk about. So let's just jump right to that, I guess, because I was
The
about
man himself.
is the idea that Yurt said that shout out to Austin. The all the screens on the all the cameras or whatever on the screen looks like a tarot spread almost. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, yeah, like everyone's kind of in their own place, and when you can share screens and all that shit, yeah, it just starts looking like the tarot cards or a Rorschach test or any of that. So every tarot card has most of them have a figure on it, and then sort of an environment around there, and then so these screens were kind of opening up the windows to our own individual tarot worlds, I guess you could say. And that's the idea with the tarot is that all the cards are in you, you're in all the cards. I know that's some woo-woo shit that gets everybody pissed off, but that is what's going on there. That's why no matter what cards you're dealt, we can always create a story around your life with them because it's sort of a thought experiment like that. So, but more just graphically, like what's in our thing. You guys are really good at that, Drew, and EBT, you guys do that really well, where you create sort of a color motif, and you got your pimpin' jacket on there and your hat and stuff.
That's right, baby.
You're looking good, man.
Got the frames, got the Tom and Jerry back here.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of the opinion that everything happens by design. Like these elite controllers want this type of thing now being pushed out there and going more and more mainstream. These have been going on for a long time. Bro Sanchez used to do them on his channel back in the day, but I think the barrier to the entry of it keeps getting easier and easier. Like especially with the app I'm using right now, StreamYard, it's just so seamless and easy. Anyone can do it. And as you saw, I've talked about in the past how, like with rap music, you don't even need to know how to play an instrument. You can be releasing CDs basically from your home, and it kind of degrades the quality of the music over time. One of the things, everything's multifaceted. One of the things that the reason this could be being pushed out right now is to kind of sink the overall level of the quality of the content by increasing the quantity of it.
Well, and like to connect to where we even first started talking. So we were talking about like conspiracy theory and how all these conspiracy theories sort of went off the deep end into nonsense land. And then so like your channel and some of the conversations I was having was sort of a response to that. And now it almost seems like this is like the next stage where the audience of the conspiracy theorists are now talking amongst ourselves. And we're no longer even really talking about breaking news or conspiracy theories anymore. Now we're just kind of hashing out this sort of respectfully retarded social, and I don't mean that in the pejorative, I mean just like a degraded social interaction on these things, which, the conflict. It's our drama. We want it now. It does tend towards that. That's what'll bring more people in. And even as participants, I mean, that's sort of what's exciting and fun and all that shit to a certain degree until it's not, until you're going crazy and you have to delete your channel, right? And then so it almost seems like we're getting off track again, maybe, or maybe this is the right track. I'm not sure. I don't know. These panels are interesting. They're a lot of fun. It's fun to meet other people, but man, they can just like suck you into their addictive nature and sort of incentivize a lot of bad behavior. I think. I don't know.
You don't say.
Yeah, shout out to Benton. Go to his channel at Benton. What is it? At Benton 668 or at Benton JA?
Yeah, I'll let them just give me a random number like a bozo.
That's all right.
Dude,
well,
I think I've been streaming like 15 hours today. 15
Benton's running straight 24/7 live streams. He's got Truth or Cop coming in, running the late shift. It went down last night.
That was dope.
Toilet Bowl Earth
Shout out
rage
to
quit.
Super Cop.
He rage quit so hard. He rage quit the Discord. Even he came in the Discord, rage quit the Discord. So that type of, like you just said, Austin, that type of behavior is sort of almost encouraged, right, in this type of environment.
Well, yeah, and like you go from making content to like making friends, and I know that's a subject we've all sort of like discussed. Can this be an actual friendship when there are certain rules built into the platforms that sort of prohibit that or make that not as, it's hard, right? Because you want to talk about shit, but that revealing of your true self can sort of expose you and make you vulnerable and people jumping on you. And that's what I thought was interesting. I caught a little bit of that with Tinfoil, is that like he's a pretty brash dude, right? And he plays that role, but you can only do that so long before the audience or other people on the panel start being like, dude, you're sort of messing up the conversation, right? Because now we're actually trying to have a conversation. And then like his old mode of being, now it's like, nah, dude, that's not cool. And it's like, oh shit, you got to update your behavior in these panels. You just can't keep going with the same shit or you're going to get called out for it. And, it's not as easy to just like troll or throw your shit and move on if you're going to sit on here for any length of time and communicate with other people. Like, it's hard.
And you had the channel In a Yurt with Books, so the new one is In a Thought Experiment, and you went hard on these panels, man. You were going hard to kind of set the stage for now. Benton's going even harder. Like these, it's a thing, man. How did you feel towards the end of that experiment?
I was so new to all the internet stuff and making content and just kind of like jumped into the deep end. And that weekend, man, when Jay Dreamer showed up and then Mr. Unslave showed up, and it was something like, oh shit, like this is now taken off. And I wasn't really prepared. I wasn't prepared for that. It just everything that would bring, and started behaving in ways which are sort of inconsistent with my true character. And what's so trippy is like I wasn't naive to the MK Ultra platform, is I was saying that the whole time. That was like a running part of my whole thing, and I still got all tripped up in it. So I had to step back, nuke the channel. I took a couple weeks where I didn't do anything, and now I've kind of set a schedule where I'm doing like Wednesdays and Sundays, and then kind of popping up on these panels a little bit. And it was winter too, I think a lot of this comes off what happened in the last few years of social isolation, where we're all looking to interact. And this is like an easy way to do that, but there's pitfalls in it too.
Yeah, it's definitely an extension of the work from home, go to school from home, the Zoom, all that, everything that they came. So they rolled that out. It's a further extension of burying you into the metaverse even more, even further. And I thought EBT had an interesting perspective on it too, where he said it ends up looking like a bunch of people in like glass jail cells or whatever yelling at each other over time too. Like that's kind of what it devolves into over time.
Monkeys in a cage.
Oh, here's Tin. Tin's in here now talking shit. What's up, Tin? Jump up in. Let's just go right to the drama, bro. That's what the people want. It's our drama, and we want it now up in these YouTube streets.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, and the thing is too, so there's this thing of like, and I got tripped up in this of like your own personal issues, that you got your own insecurities that you got, or maybe things you haven't worked out in yourself. And I'm trying to, there's part of me that likes the drama, likes the fighting, but then also gets a little uncomfortable in that heat sometimes, right? And so I was doing pretty good and feeling, and I think even with Mr. Unslaved, in the actual interaction, I did pretty good keeping my cool. But then this man turned it up like super hot, where he just like took that whole stream and was going to go for days. And so it became this question to me, like, are you really committed to like doing this like that? And it's like, well, maybe I'm not. And I actually appreciate that, because it made me reflect on some of my insecurities, my people pleasing, identifying with the underdogs, right? And how, and then my own self-sabotaging, because that channel was going, man. Like, I think I was almost 3,000 views. I was like 300 subscribers. So I could have just kept the pedal to the metal and would have been able to monetize that fairly quickly. But like, at what cost to my own soul and all that?
Your mental health and all that. Yeah. Well, now
Well,
Ben's kicking off where you left
yeah.
off. I'd like to hear what Benton's got to say, because now he's running it hard and
Yeah.
no brakes on the highway, man.
Amen. Grinding, son. But see, I'm an all or nothing type person anyway. And, I worked all but 2 days last month truck driving. So it is kind of a balance for me, because I'm way unbalanced recently with the truck driving. So I feel like I could do this all day, every day for like a couple of months. But then at that, I'm going to want to go back probably and do something, like along the lines of truck driving. But I like the collaborative aspects, and I like the, like, where your skills at aspect of it too. Like, you can't really fake a long form broadcast, as far as you can play some clips here and there, and I can, Truth or Cop can let me sleep for 3 hours, and uh, you know, uh, in a thought experiment here could have me maybe take over for a time, and we can pass it off to each other. But ultimately, the person's going to have to be able to open the mic and make it happen. And I've seen that with Drew, and I've seen that with many content creators over time. And then real quick, I want to wrap up on this and then pass it back to one of you guys. But at some point I came into, it was back when I was homeless. Not that I'm not still homeless, but I came into contact with this idea of making my own stuff. Like, stop consuming other people's content and then make my own content. And not that I've practiced that over time necessarily, but now I'm starting to believe that, like, why not? Like, why am I? And there are people I'm still going to tune into and enjoy, probably in the panel format. The aforementioned Paul and Slave would be one. Drew, of course, in a thought experiment as well. But like, why not? If I'm gonna, 50% of all the content, why not? Why shouldn't I make half of my own content? Like, I am the content, you're the content, and it's for the people also. Like, I think there's a grassroots, like, ad hoc, dude. And when it's really lit and when it's really going, and yeah, it's not a huge thing based on the number of people there, but I've noticed when it's really going, it's a lot of that has to do with the people live chatting and interacting. I like the interactive aspects, which I didn't like at first. And I said I was going to wrap up, but we were playing over on my channel. We were playing some of my old podcasts, and there's no interactive format to it at all. I actually like both, but so I enjoy learning the new interactive format. And I know at some point Drew's going to want to get into, like, what's this all about? It does seem like some sort of concerted push. And even with the Zoom meetings and people remotely, having all these meetings. And I don't know that I know what it's all about, but I certainly feel compelled to participate for whatever reason.
Yeah, definitely. To me, it would be serving the system if they're pushing it out there so hard. And I mean, obviously, there's going to be more than one reason. Like I stated before, just to keep you further locked into the screen more. So it's with the panels too. It's almost like, instead of the original live chat, where am I at over there? There's a live chat. now the live chat's becoming more in the screen even now. So before it was just text, and now that's it's happening live in real time with a webcam and everything like that, and spilling in more into the screen. And then so what Ben talked about maybe a week ago or so or something is something I wanted to touch on too, is where you said you're the TV now. And that's basically another one of these things that I've talked about for a long time. If you're new here, I'm using this backup channel, Get Chalked Up, for more of these panel type discussions, and my main channel is Chalk Body Outline YouTube. But it just seems to me like the television, or the whatever you want to call it, the technology, I guess, as it grew from black and white TV to color TV, to 4K TV, it's becoming holograms, and then you're completely surrounded by this technology now. You're surrounded by camera on every corner and everything. You got a phone in your pocket recording everything you say. You do the barometric pressure so it knows what floor of the building you're on. Everything like that. You're completely surrounded by the technology. And now it's us, the real people. We're inside the box now. We are in the box, where before we watched the box, we watched Leave It to Beaver in the inside of the box. Those were the characters, and now that's almost come out of the screen and completely surrounded us and locked us inside of it almost.
Well,
And
not to go.
Sorry, one more thing. I just want to say, ultimately, it seems to me there's this like never-ending battle between like organic and like organic biology versus technology.
Nice.
Yeah, and you feel that physically. That's something I've noted a couple of times, is like you feel a physical change in your perception, a tunneling effect. Shout out Archaics, reality tunnels. This becomes a reality tunnel in itself, and it is limiting physically. I mean, your eyes start twitching and shit if you do it. I'm sure Benton doing those long, man, you start just sort of like, it's like driving. You get the same sort of tightness in your body, all that.
Yeah,
so
you're
like,
inactive. You were you were curling dumbbells and stuff after a while. I saw that.
Well, and specifically mesmerizing.
Yeah.
Like when I got out of the truck last night, to throw away some garbage. Like when I'm walking back towards my truck, it felt like the trucks that were parked were in motion. Like I actually thought maybe somebody was pulling out of their parking spot, because it's like I'm literally mesmerized. And that is astute. It is a similar phenomenon to driving, I would say. So because sometimes I'll drive for hours, and then I'm in a Walmart and I have this, it's almost like my eyes think I'm still driving a truck or something. It's hard to explain, but I've noticed a very similar effect with these panels. And then so I am the type enjoying conspiracy theories where I'm thinking like, what is the effect on my brain? We get into like the brainwave states, I'm sure that we're all well acquainted with, and just all of these various things. Like I'm wondering, like, is this even good for me? But it seems like it is. Like intuitively I'm drawn to it, but then is that the design of the actual technology? And then how is this StreamYard software work so well, but all this other bullshit doesn't work? Like, I think there's a lot going on, and I enjoy trying to figure it out. I think it's interesting.
Want to add the schizo element to the conversation too. I've been thinking about like agents, right? And that was something I kept hearing on my channel, working with all of those people that were kind of coming from the enslaved shit, was agents. And even in some of the characters, I'm not going to, name anyone directly, but it's like, how easy will these circles be for people to infiltrate as agents? And I don't even think it's about collecting data or any of that stuff, because they have it, but just sort of shaping and directing the conversation or derailing the conversation a lot of times. Like this is an easy thing to derail. And you kind of see that with like the Thorpe effect or whatever, just people where you can't quite tell, or even, me and you, Drew, where when I got weird, it's like, what is he doing right now? Right. Like that's something that tripped me out when I nuked the channel and then started the other channel, and I made this fictional account of a character because I like doing that sort of thing as a writer, and it comes naturally. And I thought it was fun, but I really didn't understand how that would bug other people out. Like that people that show up every day to hear you and listen, they start forming you as a character in their mind. And so then when you violate their expectations, I really didn't understand. I thought people would get the joke and would think it was funny, would like roll with it. But it was like, no, dude, you're Austin, you're in a year with books. That's like what we know you as. So it's this weird thing where people got to be careful. And I thought I saw that a little bit with the Thorpes I was talking about. You got to be kind of careful the character you present and make sure you really want to be that character, because at the point where you want to flip it, you might, piss people off, not believe you, or, especially in our circles, man, we're a paranoid bunch. So like you get that paranoia stoked, man, and it's like, oh shit. Be careful.
I see a comment here right now. Jimbo says the system doesn't want panels, no discussion. That's why YouTube got rid of YouTube groups or whatever their system used to be. I disagree with that, because I see YouTube controls what's pushed in the algorithm, and I'm always getting pushed this kind of stuff. But maybe that's because I'm already watching it and producing it, maybe too. But I mean, they do have their own. The Google Meets is being reworked into, or I'm sorry, the groups one you had talked about is being reworked into Google Meet. And I have that, and it's not as good as the StreamYard thing, but I'm willing to bet within the next 6 months to a year, the Google Meet will become as good as a StreamYard or possibly better. It's going to be kind of the same thing. I think they do want this, in my opinion. What do you guys think? It just keeps you engaged longer. I bet if we looked it up, the average person that watches these types of streams watches for a longer period of time, and more likely to participate and spend more time. They're all about just having eyeballs on YouTube as long as possible.
Well, and just real quick, and I'll pass it to Benton, but because of course it provides the last bit of data that they weren't ever able to achieve, which is our actual stream of consciousness. Like they can look at the metadata, they can see where you're going, they can see what you order, they can see where you've been and all that stuff, but they can't get inside your head. But these panels, when you're just, freestyling off the top of your head, you've now given them your actual stream of consciousness. And I think this connects to the chat bots and stuff. And I'll just add one more thing quick. I don't want to overtalk.
No, go.
It connects to
all night.
Take your time.
Where are the numbers? The numbers are. I'm starting to focus a little bit on the numbers, and that trips me out.
Yeah,
like 20 to 50 people who show their face at least a little bit or come up on these panels, and now we've kind of coalesced and we're all starting to know who each other are, right? But then on these panels there's 100, 200 people in there. What are these other people doing that aren't commenting at all? Even in your chat, like I know a bunch of these names from doing this. Who are the people that aren't chatting, aren't doing anything, they're just watching? Are those even real people, or people that just want to passively consume it? I'm sure that makes up a percent, of course, but is that all of them? Is the bigger group just passively watching? Why would they do that? Why would they not participate at all?
I'm sure some people watch it or like have it on while they're at work, just playing like a radio in the background or something. But where you're getting to, I think, is, I would agree, probably there's like AI bots like scraping that information from Google and everything. And you could even have third-party bots that YouTube doesn't even really know that it's just on there scraping everything in real time to build further profiles on you. Data is the king right now. That's why your profile and everything is worth so much money.
I don't know. I mean, I hate to answer that way, but I don't have the answers to these questions. I know just from knowing people in my life that, some of these people are, dude, they're all on drugs, man. They're in these weird states of mind. Like, you don't know where they're at. They're doing God knows what, but they always have one of these with them. There's always this within reach. So, like,
you get that for free now too. The phone.
Yeah, phone's free. Yeah, that's the government program, by the way, free phone. And when you pay your bill, not that many people seem to realize this. Whenever you pay your bill, postpaid or prepaid, it's like $10 goes to the government to pay for, per line, to pay for this, the ACP, whatever that affordable connectivity program is. So just for me, like at one point I just randomly found this guy who was clearly some kind of medicated schizophrenic, and he would get like 27 views a video, and I would watch his videos, and I don't know that he did very many live streams, but it's like to him he's like probably just thinking like, who is this random person? And at some point I started chatting with him, and I was emailing with him, but he was just trying to like get me to send him money, right? But I just wanted to kind of like, because I could sort of see what his trip was, and just kind of talk about ideas as I'm wont to do. But so, I mean, I don't rule anything out at the level of like maybe you guys lead like somewhat, I don't even want to say normal, just like stable, fucking sane, stable lives. But dude, half these motherfuckers are like legit crazy, man. And that they're on this thing. And somehow, some way, they're on your stream, and I just accept them. Like, I'm not worried about it. Like I said, like some portion of the audience is hoarder shut-ins. I said, I don't care that you're hoarder shut-ins. Doesn't matter to me. But like, these are not people like you necessarily, Yurt. And like, you know what I mean? Like, and I will challenge you a little bit, like just to realize like it's a whole spectrum of people out there, man. Like a whole spectrum. You never know who you're going to end up interacting with. And then I have an advantage, and I apologize for making it about me, but thank you. I'm landing the plane. Toilet Boy. I'm landing the plane. So with me and my experience of trying to witness to people, I've, for whatever reason, through various processes, I'm able to interface with a lot of different people in a non-judgmental way, at least initially. And I see sometimes other content creators, maybe they're getting hung up in the moment because they're not realizing that, well, these are a lot of diverse type of people in certain ways. And then the live chat also, like, I got desensitized through like that person that just the commenter there, Toilet Bowl Earth. I got desensitized through the old Chalk Body Outline Discord where they can type whatever they want in the live chat. It's not going to ever affect me.
Yeah, I saw on your channel now, Benton, you have those like people that think they're trolls from Kiwi Farms. Like that's nothing to us, dude.
I
We're
just
like,
embrace them.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you guys think you're trolls, you're not trolls, dude. It's nothing.
I think they like me now. I don't know. I can't even really tell.
They
Honestly.
probably do now. Like, yeah, this dude's pretty based.
Yeah. So in Toilet Bowls, he's welcome to. I'll mute if he wants to. I'll go fuck off if he wants to come talk. I don't have a problem.
He's mad at me, so we got our boy Toilet Bowl Earth last night on Benton's channel. We went into this 24/7 stream.
I was asleep.
Yeah, Ben was asleep, so he had nothing to do with it. But people started talking about Jesus, and that's where he kind of goes off the rails. And this my boy, man. I'm not trying to like throw him under the bus, but then he went a little wild, I think, in my opinion. And I think he's mad at me because I wasn't running the stream. Truther Cop was running the stream. So it kind of this whole thing here creates this kind of dynamic to kind of cause, we've been friends for years now online, but then like he was, in my opinion, he was drunk and he was spurging. Okay. And I feel like the chat felt the same way, and it was kind of going south. So I put in the private chat of that you can only read to the participants inside of the StreamYard app. I put to Truther Cop, I'm like, dude, you have to remove him from the stream, meaning put him in the green room, because you can only mute the person and they can unmute themselves. So it seemed like Truther Cop muted Toilet Bowl Earth a few times, and then he got unmuted, and it was just on this loop. So but then when he saw that, I think he felt like I threw him under the bus or something, because I was telling Truther Cop. But in my own defense, if it was my own stream, I would have had to do the same thing, and I would have done it. But I was just telling Truther Cop what he needed to do because I couldn't do it.
And that's a weird dynamic, man. Like when you have control of who's up here and you have control of the mute button, there's like a little bit of power in there, right?
Yeah,
where
there is.
you get to select, and people, once they get comfortable, you see this on a lot of panels where like people will, they'll sort of play that second man role to the host or whatever who has the control, and then they start getting a little comfortable with it. And then when that host flips it on them because they get tired of their shit, just like we do with friends, man, right? The thing you liked in your friend was cool for the first 3 months, but now you realize like he's a drunkard asshole and it's not cool anymore. And now you want to check him, and it's like, well, you love that, you know. The drunkard is thinking, you love my bit for like 6 months here, like what? And now you don't like it anymore, you know. So it's that same shit, man. Where it was cool for a while, and now it's not cool anymore because the energy's changed. It's like, oh shit.
Well, I don't. And back to me. I don't know if you know this. Me and Drew did a Sunday night show for probably 2 months, and what you just described basically happened. Like I went off the fucking rails with my drinking, man, and then I had to go through withdrawals, and I was taking heavy amounts of cannabis to get off the booze, dude. And Drew probably knows exactly what you're talking about. The fucking co-host can't keep his shit together. Like what now, you know?
Toilet Bowl mad. Jump up in here, Toilet Bowl. We'll hash it out live. This is what the
What
people
is it?
want to see. People want the drama, baby.
Well, just debate him a little bit. I'll play the role. Is it true or not true? Is that, do you stand on what you believe and, you know, allow your ideas to be tested like everyone's else? Or do you just kind of toss out shit stirring comments all the time and not really stand on your own beliefs? Is that
Are you
true?
talking
Or
to me?
not true? No,
No. He's talking about TBE.
Yeah, to
Oh,
Mr. Toilet.
okay.
Does he do that or not? Right? That's what he's got to reflect in himself. That's now being put right up for
Okay,
discussion.
I watched some of the replay of it today. I think when Ben replayed it, it's more like entertaining than when it was actually live, because he can pause, he can stop and comment. But when it was live and the chat's like basically throwing tomatoes and everyone's in there, can't get a word in before the next question and then getting cut off. Like me personally, and I was reading the chat too, I think everyone felt like it was just nothing was happening. It was just in this loop for like 20-25 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And tinfoil can go, man. It's just in my opinion, he was just drunk. So I don't know.
Well,
I don't think that would have happened if he wasn't drunk.
well, and what I'm noticing, and I believe, you know, I'm working on my skill set. And again, if he's welcome to join, and I'll happily fuck off and just watch, man. I don't have a problem with that. But is that as I'm working on my skills, what I'm noticing is that if I hammer something, like if I hit it really hard and I get in and get out, most of the audience will roll with whatever. And I do loop at times. Like I start to repeat myself, and I've noticed, like, you can tell when they're done with it, they're just fucking done with it. And that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to leave the stream, but it's like they're just like, man, we're done with this. And however they convey that's however they convey it. So, you know, get
Here
in,
we
hit hard,
go.
and fucking get
This
out.
is what the people came for, brother. They came for the drama.
You know,
What's up, Toilet Bowl Earth?
You know, it's such bullshit when you say, "Oh, no one can get a word in," and there he leaves. He fucking leaves.
He's muted.
I'm here, bro. I want you to talk, man. I want you to just say what you have to say. I'm going to listen.
You know, it's absolute bullshit on your part, Drew, that you sit here and say, "Well, nobody can get a word in." You know, you got to mute this guy. And meanwhile, you have Ben on the stream with Ben Thorpe doing the exact same thing.
Okay.
And you congratulate that, and you say,
No, I called them out on that. You
That's
might
such
not have
bullshit.
seen that.
I didn't hear that.
You probably didn't hear it. Ben will tell you. I called them out on. I said what you did was the exact same shit that you did tinfoil of doing, but it's also at the same time it's Ben Thorpe, so fuck him. Dude.
And it's also Ben made a video about that Anna Perna chick. And he's, you know, talking shit about me. He's like, you know, if tinfoil was in there, could she finish a sentence before he interrupts? And literally you engage in the same behavior. I mean, that makes you a hypocrite. Okay. I literally am just asking questions when people are saying bullshit about Jesus, something that I believe in. So here I am. I'm trying to interrogate you and try to get a better understanding of why you come to that conclusion. And I'm shamed in a room full of apparent truthers. I can't ask questions. Isn't this the same polemic we have with our Kicks and his sycophants? You're not allowed to ask questions. Like that's
not
bullshit.
true. So what was happening? I watched the replay last night, bro. You're my boy.
And I'm not. And
what
I
happened, bro?
do not care about some bitch like you're giving me his dollar store psychology about me and my personality. Dude, shove it up your ass, dude.
Yo,
Who
this
the
is what
fuck
this
are
is where
you?
the screams excel. See, this is the appeal, I
Like-
believe,
like this-
of the panel. It becomes a Royal Rumble.
Like these
You
guys
have
have
to enter WWE promo territory.
him and Ben having these 69 suck-off sessions pretending they're like psychologists and intellectual debaters and all that. It's just like so cringe. And you like I can't ask him questions because apparently that's my gimmick. I ask you questions and you can't defend it.
It's okay. Listen though, I watched the restream again today to make sure like I wasn't tripping what I saw last night. And you ask them a question, and as soon as they get 10 seconds into what they're saying, you're shouting them down again. Though they're not able to even get out what they're saying before you're coming back, and it was just a loop, and nothing was happening.
Did you want the energy or did you not? I remember, I thought this is what it was. This is the drama bonding channel or whatever. So I'm in there, make it more exciting instead of people murmuring BS
Right.
to each other.
But it's also like it's a show. It has to progress. Things have to happen. It can't just stay stagnant for 25 minutes. I mean, I guess it can, but the
I want
chat
to
was
say something.
go ahead.
And have some bimbo in there crying about, where's JG? You keep asking questions. Ben said, you would just ask questions. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, it's so stupid. It's so low fucking tier.
Okay. You can't speak logic to someone in a highly charged emotional state. Doesn't work.
Wowie, bro. Whoa, bro. What makes you qualified to make diagnoses like that? Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I can't ask you a question. Never mind. My bad. I forget. My bad.
You can ask questions, but let the people let them talk, and then if they say some dumb shit that you don't believe in and it just sounds ridiculous, the audience is going to pick up on that as well, and they're going to look like dumbasses. You don't have to be there to like.
I think he should go to the doctor and be tested for Tourette's syndrome.
Now, these guys have a long history. Benton versus Toilet Bowl Earth. There's a long history between these two.
How's it going?
You're just dishonest, Ben. You're completely dishonest. You're a hypocrite. You're a flip-flopper. 1 second it's one way, another second it's another. I mean, I saw you in a live chat saying, and this is specific concerning the Bible, you're like, well, Paul speaks a different gospel than Jesus. And then when I brought it up to you on a different stream, you go, oh, I don't know anything about that.
I don't. I was wanting to study with Yurt so I could learn enough about it to speak intelligently.
I mean, you make a claim, you say that with confidence. Apparently, I guess you're just trolling.
Is this your first day with people on the earth, or what's going on here? Like this, I think doesn't this just happen with human beings? I'm a little confused. Like I feel like I've been experiencing this on a regular basis my whole life. What you're describing.
Welcome to the human race, says Benton.
Indeed.
So, Tinfoil, why are you so mad? Let's get to the bottom of it.
I'm not mad. I just don't like hypocrites. I don't like people that behave.
How am I a hypocrite?
They say one thing on one side of their mouth and then they do something else. I don't like that.
Okay, and everyone should kind of work on that. Like everyone has those tendencies to them and should be working on it. But why are you mad at me? Because I told Truther Cop to mute or to remove you? Because there's no option to mute, dude.
No, I wasn't
mute. You can mute, but then the person can just unmute, so it's worthless.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know.
Why are you mad?
I don't know why you gassed this Ben dude up when he's clearly a hypocrite and dishonest. I mean, why don't I mean, let's be consistent about our criticisms of the people around us.
How did I gas?
I
asked you this yesterday, and I don't think you gave me an example of how I gassed him up. Maybe you did, and I forgot. I'm not like gaslighting you or anything right now, but for real, like, do you have an example of how I gassed Ben up?
I mean, I told you about the thing, the weird stuff he's done. I mean, especially on the old Discord. I mean, that's just weird.
He's a weirdo, that's for sure.
I'm a strange person. I'm a weird, strange person.
We're all weirdos, I guess, in our own way.
Well, not yeah. Anyway.
And does considering different ideas make you a hypocrite I mean, I thought you had to you would have to contradict one of your own moral, ethical beliefs to be a hypocrite, right? If I said don't steal and then I went and stole stuff, that would make me a hypocrite. But saying I have this idea that I think might have some validity, like the Pauline parts of the New Testament are incongruent with the Gospels. I mean, how does that make you a hypocrite?
Okay. He was asserting this in live chat. Okay. And so when I asked him on a different stream, we can debate about that. He's like, well, I don't know anything about that. That's complete dishonesty. So you're just literally just lying now? Are we just lying? Or are you just pretending? I don't know.
Well, I was willing to have the debate, but I needed time to study.
But whatever, man. I'm not here to take up y'all's time. Y'all have a good night.
I wanted to prepare.
Rage quit already.
What it was?
As soon as anyone
That
leaves,
was a
it's a rage
gentle
quit.
one.
It's a rage quit, no matter what you say, Tin. I don't know. I think he's mad at me. He just doesn't want to say or something because he saw that I said you have to remove him. But I would have done that myself. I promise. If it was me doing it, running it. That was a rage quit, Michael. I believe that was a rage. If you just this reminds me of a lot of these panels, it's like joining a game of Call of Duty. So I saw where Benton had Paul Unslaved joined his stream, and they showed it from the perspective of Paul Unslaved's stream before they went in there and how they found the channel and went in there. It was almost exactly like some Call of Duty players like talking to each other, like, yo, we're gonna get in this game. Stream sniping some other player. We're gonna get in this game here, and we're gonna get him. We're gonna triangulate this guy right here, or whatever. Almost exact same. Truth or Cop, you're muted. Truth or
Not
Cop.
on my channel. I'm not, dude. I'm doing a stream within a stream, bro. I know what I'm doing.
He's doing some streamception.
You know, row your boat gently down the stream. You know what I'm saying?
My bad, I got you.
I knew that was going to happen.
Oh, dude.
This is Toad
We're
Boy
boomers. We're boomers
right
man.
here. This TBE simp right here. He said that's not a rage quit. Yurt spoke. That's enough reason to leave.
Oh shit!
I like it, man, but you definitely gotta be built for it. You gotta have thick skin to be doing this for a long period of time.
And you know, I'll try to keep this non-specific, but maybe there's a content creator that likes to collaborate with other content creators, and it's not friends hanging out having a bullshit session. It's somebody who's trying to craft a specific piece of what I would refer to as performance art. Now, you know, maybe it's a serious, maybe some people like myself have a more serious style most of the time, but I consider it performance art. So, you know, get your skills up, man. Where your skills at?
That's what I kept trying to say to
where your skills at.
To tinfoil is, first of all, it's a show, right? It's like whether or not you want to go into a WWE persona and all that stuff, like things still have to progress and keep moving, or the audience is going to lose interest and leave, right?
Of course.
Like every show has a beginning, middle, and end. There's no part where it's just like they keep replaying the same clip over and over and over and over.
And when I was first in my truck showing the driving at 1 a.m. and it's just me talking, like there's times when it's like 0 and you don't know if it's ever not going to be a 0, or it's like, oh, it's a 1, but I'm watching myself, like I'm reading the live chat on my other phone. Like, you know, there has to be some level of intestinal fortitude, like just to realize like I'm putting myself out there and these motherfuckers might not give a fuck, excuse my language, but these people may not care. Like, I don't know. Is everybody built for that? I have no idea. It's really not my problem.
He says, I still don't get it. Well, come in and tell me.
I don't know.
You brought the heat, bro. We need that heat back. Come bring the barbecue.
Well, there's a few things I could comment on here about what is the purpose of these panels, right?
Yeah.
And we're obviously entering a surveillance state consensually. And, you know, when we enter a panel, it's like we're using these devices that we know are tracking us. Now we're kind of giving them, explicit consent to be tracked, right? It could be used as a legal argument in the future, just being the devil's advocate right there. You knew it was tracking you, you knew it was doing this. So when we found out this information about you, you're streaming all day, you knew what it was doing. So that's one potential argument. But that's a lower developed argument than the main one I want to get into with these trolls, because the trolls out here in these streets are getting real. But I think that they're really important because the main thing that this information can be used for is to shame you in some sort of way. And so all this light bashing by trolls, it's like, what's the worst that could happen? You could put out a piece of information to be used against you. If it's not unlawful, illegal, and it can't be used against you like that, the only way to have an impact would be for it to have an emotional impact on you. And these trolls kind of harden you to that. If it can't get to you, am I too loud? I don't know how the sound is. All right.
I like the trolls, man.
Yeah,
I think a lot of these trolls aren't as good as they think they are.
No.
I'm surrounded by world-class trolls.
Well, and the human spirit is irresistible, in my opinion. So it's like at some point, if we eventually reach some kind of level of engagement, now we're engaging as human beings. I literally know a guy from the old Chalk Body Outline Discord. I don't know what he looks like. I've never heard his voice. And every time we chat with each other, he says shitty things to me. But we're basically like, know each other's personality, and we've talked to each other over time, right? But only through text. But he's still going to say something fucking insulting to me every time. I don't know. It's just what happens.
Shout out to Legend.
Yeah, indeed. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. He's like a world-class troll. Those guys. That Discord is known as being like pretty brutal.
Yeah, I've been to troll school, but if somebody wants to do this as a content creator and they haven't been to troll school, it's going to be problems because there's trolls are going to be in that live chat at some point. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, and Truth Hurts has the comment here. He doesn't want to listen to anyone's drunk rambling. And to be honest, Tin, you're my boy, but that's kind of what it was. It was coming across as drunk spurging. I mean, anyone that was in here in the chat, if that's how you felt, like if you felt different, maybe type it. Maybe I misunderstood it or something.
Well, and just real quick, I literally played the Ben Thorpe interaction twice and paused and responded twice. Like anybody that really cares to know what happened, can go watch it. Like it's not. I think when you try to I think when it gets distilled into like one statement and then weaponized against me, it's like, yeah, but people watched me watch it and break it down and talk about it. So like the one statement that's being weaponized against me it doesn't hold water in the larger context of, yeah, but I played it twice and responded to it from different angles twice. So like, do I have to really just explain it for the third time, or can we just accept that that's just what happened, right?
When I think I saw that Ben Thorpe interaction, and there was a little over talking going on there, and just as like a broadcaster, content creator, wouldn't it have been better to let that play out, to not?
No, because this is where we get into Now, I apologize, I cut you off, but
it's all right.
This is my opinion.
I'm used to it.
Yeah. I think this, and I'm not a Jordan Peterson fan, but he's talked about these hierarchies, and especially with respect to male aggression. And, it's like dogs, man. We work it out hierarchically, but in the physical space, we have all these nonverbal communications to do that. And the fact is, Ben Thorpe, he was directly aggressive to me, but in this form. And the only strategy that will ever work with a bully, which is someone who's just immediately directly aggressive, the only thing you can do is bully the bully. If you listen and hear the bully out, but the first thing he said was a punch in the face, you're literally just watching him punch you in the face. Like once Ben Thorpe punched me in the face, I have to punch him back in the face. There's no other alternative. So when he says, and here's some more advice. That's a
rope-a-dope. You got to rope-a-dope him, man. It's not that. I don't think that is the only option.
I can't dodge the punch. He literally punched me in the face. I didn't know that he was about to throw a punch. See what I'm saying? I had no ability to do this. If I have to just stand there, see what I'm saying? Like his first thing he says is, and here's some more advice. That's aggression. Unasked for advice is literally aggression. So now I have to say, well, actually, I didn't ask for this advice. So what the fuck are you doing? But it gets construed as, oh, Benton's interrupting and over talking. Absolutely not. That first very aggressive statement, I have to punch him back I have to punch him back in the mouth right then. That's the male hierarchy. And if I let him punch me in the mouth and I don't punch him back, I'm a chump and he just punked me. That ain't never gonna happen. If
Yeah, but
people
see,
want to
that's the
construe it as
difference.
over talking, that's fine.
But that's the difference. It's like he didn't. That you're using a metaphor there or a simile. He did not, in fact, punch you in the face. I agree. If someone punches
In
you in
this
the
format,
face,
it's the equivalent.
I know, but it's really just a conversation.
It's
So
not a conversation. He
that's what's
personally
interesting
attacked me
about these.
repeatedly. I
That's
never have conversations ever where someone personally attacks me repeatedly, ever.
right. It's a fair place to do this, but there's still a distinction there, man. It's not a punch in the face. Like, I get your point
Yes,
if it's
it
a
is.
punch in the face, but if it's
Yes,
not
it
a
is.
punch in the face, then
It's in the see, some of y'all are pussies, man. In the context of a male's posturing and males jockeying for position, you're wrong. It's a punch in the face. I ain't no punk. I ain't no chump. It ain't gonna happen. Every single time somebody comes at me like that, they're getting punched in the motherfucking face. If people don't like it, it's not my problem.
And I would just say, from what I've seen of Ben Thorpe, I don't think he would have any problem just yelling over someone. So I don't know. He might have been tired or something. I don't know why he really wasn't.
Well,
Well,
he
yeah.
literally yelled at me very early on into the interaction. He
Yeah,
yelled at
but
me.
I
shut
mean,
up
he could have just
very
kept
early.
yelling while you're talking and yelling. That's typically what I would expect him to do.
Well, we both put the brakes on, though. If you watch it, we both were putting the brakes on. But
I'm not saying do it because Ben Thorpe deserves some level of respect or anything like that. I know I saw that. That made me laugh too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it because he deserves that. I'm saying that in the sense of a content creator, and it would have been much more interesting to see y'all do a conversational dance than
Oh, yeah,
that.
of course. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
the angle I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I
you
could
don't
put
get me
on a
wrong. At the end of the day,
Oh.
I don't care at all either. But it's
yeah, and I could put on a fucking tutu and perform a fucking and prance around like a ballerina for y'all, but I'm not going to do that.
It might be funny though.
But it would be interesting if I put on a pink tutu and
Yeah.
fucking got on my fucking twinkle toes, but I'm not going to do that.
Is this Ben Thorpe here?
Apologies. This is about as much male aggression as I want to exhibit right now. So thank you for putting up with me, Yurt. I do appreciate it.
Oh no, you're all good. It doesn't, I'm learning.
Wow.
I'm
I
learning.
mean, and then this is what we're talking about tonight, though, is the panel. So the panel breeds that kind of interaction. What's going to be a better thing for the audience to watch is what Ben did, or like a long form, slow plotting conversation. I mean, I guess there's no way to know, but.
And I apologize, but I can body slam a motherfucker on here. I don't want to body slam motherfuckers. I don't have a desire to do that. But occasionally somebody's going to get body slammed. That's just, I believe I've showed it enough. I believe I've collected enough scalps by now and pinned them on the wall of this sleeper cab that if I need to body slam a motherfucker, I'm going to body slam a motherfucker.
You got,
and we played real quick. We played me body slamming Talcott from your
that's
stream.
what I was
played that earlier.
You got Talcott's scalp over there somewhere hung up?
Absolutely.
But I think there's a play that's even more powerful than the body slam.
Oh, you may teach me some. You may be more.
You know what I mean? There's a long game where it's like,
I'm willing to learn.
Yeah,
absolutely.
As am I, because I think it's I see what you're saying, definitely. But I think there is a long way of strategy where you let them play themselves. That becomes, but that also has its own dangers too, right? For sure.
Well, but then real quick in the homeless streets, I knew sometimes like I can't avoid this motherfucker, and I just have to let them know from minute one, you can't fuck with me, and we'll be completely fine. But the answer to this problem is leave me the fuck alone, and that's only done through direct aggression, but not physically, because I'm not literally punching people. I'm not getting criminal charges, but I have to communicate to that person. I see what you're doing. Just go do it to somebody else. don't do it to me. And if they go bully somebody else, that's not my problem. So it's probably says something about me that I'm viewing it that way. It's like, I just gonna have to smash them until they know to leave me alone. And then it's all nice and friendly. It's like, yeah, we can be friendly. I'll talk to Ben Thorpe if he'll just, but the dude was literally explaining to me how to have a conversation. Like he can come talk to me, but I'm not gonna listen to him explain to me how to have a conversation. That's just crazy.
Are you in Toilet Bowl Earth ready to battle it out one on
No, I
one
don't have the energy for that, man.
for the final?
I'll sit here and listen if he wants to talk, but I don't have any.
End it once and for all.
No, I just don't have the energy for that, man. Yeah,
Yeah, right there. If I want to see, like right there, if someone was like being the shit, like it's like,
dude,
why aren't you slamming him right now? Then Gorilla slamming him, like that's kind of long.
Threatened to prison rape him back in the day. I already did. Yeah. Like why? I don't
that
need
ends all conversations, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the long-standing beef.
Yeah, and you know,
and then
I would apologize for it. But go ahead.
But you haven't.
No, I haven't.
But you would.
Yes.
That's
this is brother content machine. By the way, content machine.
# content machine. Shout out to Truth or Cop. Anybody watching over on the Truth or Cop channel? We're on Get Chalked Up channel on YouTube. My main channel is Chalk Body Outline. We're joined by my boy Yurt Cobain, aka Austin, in the Thought Experiment YouTube channel. Benton 668 YouTube channel. # content machine. Anybody else want to jump up in here? I got the link pinned in the chat. Appreciate everyone for being here this Sunday.
You'll have to do that again in a minute. I literally just closed the stream because it didn't push out for some reason. And then you started into that. I did it.
What are you doing, Truth or Cop? Get your shit together, boy.
Shit.
AIX attack, man.
You trying to be too fancy. That person was talking shit, the Aphrodite roast.
Yeah, she's nuts. I'd love to get her up in here if she's still watching Aphrodite jump. I think it would be gold to get Aphrodite up in here.
Yeah, I don't know who she is or what her deal is, but she was talking about that balloon shit, and I think the truth community is sleeping on these balloons. I think.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think we become so desensitized to that shit that a huge spook operation is going down right in front of us, and we're just like, oh, old hat. And watch, man, in the next 6 months, that's going to become some sort of issue, man, for sure. That is not a small thing, and I know it's goofy. And its goofiness is what tells you that it's something real. And I don't quite know what the deal is. And I get it. And I get it's like we become so desensitized to the psyops that at some point we're just
making gay.
Yeah, that we're just like, yeah. And we get that, right? It's like, yeah, it's obviously a psyop. It's obviously not what they're saying it is. But it's the point of what is the intention there? What tracks are they setting? What story are they foreshadowing with that shit? Because now it's escalated, and that's what I was waiting for. If it just would have been that one, you know, who cares? But now a week's gone by, and now there's like 4 of them. So what's going to happen in another week when it's a dozen all over the country, and they're coming? And now, see, Bent was scared of that balloon talk guy.
He's checking above him now. He went outside to look up.
Yeah, he's spotting him. But I think there's something that they're setting up with that. And I'm even wondering if it is sort of a precursor to the EMP shit, EMP to set up the CBDC or whatever that is. There you go. Exactly.
What's the CBDC? What's that?
I think I'm saying that right. The new digital
central bank digital currency.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That everybody was talking about was going to be rolled out in the first quarter of this year. That had been predicted, and then we're seeing this shit. And yeah, and then someone down there in the comment brings up Project Bluebeam, the holographic Jesus shit. I always thought that was a pretty fascinating idea and possibility. I played an interesting clip on some of the holographic technology on my channel earlier, where they actually have holograms that you can have tactile function. You can literally feel them, and they give off sound. And people don't know The actual limits. I don't know what that shit is. I think
You think it's gonna come into play later?
Yeah. I just think it's setting up for something. They're trying to do something with that, and I think the balloon stuff too, like, sort of tripped me out in a mimetic at the meme level, right? Because we were talking like circuses, people talking the clown shit, right? All that.
Yeah, remember when there was like all those clown sightings for a while?
Right. And all
Yeah,
of
that's
those
what it
memes
reminds
were
me of.
going on, and they were pretty powerful memes, and now suddenly it's balloons. Like, that's trippy shit. That's some schizo shit right there.
I think a big part of it is to just show you how inept Biden is. Just let it float around up there, and to me, it's all pre-staged and planned. But let's pretend it's even real for a second. It could just be the military standing down if they didn't like Biden, and just as a show of disrespect or something. But I think it's all planned. But
Yeah,
I think,
why would you let them float around for that long?
I mean, obviously, you would know what it is,
You'd take it down immediately.
right? But
That's what I'm saying.
I do believe they want to install Trump again.
I think it's a play on us, on
Well,
our communities.
Like they
to
want
hit
you
on.
scared of something so wimpy.
No, I think what
I'm
you're.
not
I think
worried
what
about
you're sitting
balloon
on is
man.
like we're burned out. We don't even want to attempt to describe it anymore because there's been so many theories we've heard, and it's so impossible that we're just like
Yeah, but the initial theory was stupid that it's a
Oh,
spy
yeah.
device. They can spy so many different ways. They don't need a balloon flying overhead.
Yeah, so then there's got to be another level to it, right?
Where the fuck's JG? That dude was retarded as fuck.
Don't even mention that dude's name. He'll show
What's
up
up,
here.
man?
Hey, what's happening, Krakow?
Just chilling, man.
Good to see you, brother.
I'm missing.
Well,
No more.
We're back.
Yo, how trippy would a giant holographic Jesus, which was like booming in your head, and like all the lights go out, and then there's just like a 50-foot holographic Jesus like in the sky, like
Wasn't that like the
That's
sorry, wasn't that like the Desert Storm conspiracy that they were gonna?
I think it's called Project Bluebeam. Was the
No, I know what it's called. I'm saying wasn't
Oh,
that
I'm
they were gonna do
no,
Allah?
it's a Forever Conscious Research Channel thumbnail. Yeah,
But the rumor was they were gonna put
50-foot
Allah
Jesus.
as a hologram.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember what you're talking about.
Old truther nonsense conspiracies.
Yeah.
And EBT, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, that's what EBT and I predicted, and was the premise of our show outlining our enslavement, was that all conspiracies would go mainstream, and we've reached that point. It's oversaturated at this point. Benton likes to talk about even his dad as a baby truther at this point. You can see when you go in these chats, like the age of the people, it's like older crowd that a few generations ago would have been watching soap operas, like old women and stuff, and now they're participating in live chat about truth or conspiracy type things.
I just wanted to say I would never big up Ben fucking Thorpe over fucking TB ever, no matter what happened.
Who big up to Ben Thorpe?
Just saying.
Who big up to Ben Thorpe?
There was an argument between them. Somehow TV was out of it.
I don't think that's what happened.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
What footage was reviewed?
Raging. We're talking Benton. Benton
about.
and Ben Thorpe went at it. I thought Benton pieced him up. A lot of people probably.
Oh, good. I thought you meant that TB was up
Toilet
against
Bowl Earth disagrees. I think he said something like,
"Yeah, because
I'm just saying I can't do it with the Thorpes. I had to go on there the other day and straighten some dude out.
Now the Thorpes use this the panel format I shouldn't say successfully, because the results aren't really there yet, but this is their main thing that they do, though, right? Is they just get on here. So think about it. They're just a family. Let's say it's all real and on the up and up, at least for the most part. Obviously, they kind of lean into it. This is a family that would just be sitting home having these kind of conversations or whatever. But now they're in like different rooms with webcams on, doing the exact same thing in front of an audience, obviously playing into it a little bit and everything.
Yeah, I think they're all actors, and I think it's disgusting.
I was interested in them for a while because I couldn't quite figure it out. But I think the Mama Thorpe showed her hand last Friday, where she went, and I'm blanking on that chick's
She showed her
name.
tits last night.
Oh, I didn't see that. But last Friday she flipped, or last Saturday. Oh no, it was last Friday. The Friday before last, but she flipped it where she went from the potted plant to like her real character came out. And I think they are real people and they're just leaning in to their own issues and their own complexes and their own dynamics and then supercharging them up for the audience. That's my interpretation. I could be wrong, but
I haven't checked in a while, but it seems like it's not really hitting that hard. Let me double check their numbers and stuff. You would think they have fairly decent
I
production
predicted
value
that
and
in
stuff.
4 months, but then other things happen.
Let me see where Ben Thorpe is at. Okay, he's at 540. That's not too bad. I didn't even think it was that much.
But it's a lot of work, man. Streaming every
Oh, like 8
day,
hours a day for that. Grace
Discord all day.
Grace is
If I
only at
do that
300.
like that, 500 would be a letdown.
Well,
It's getting harder though to get these viewers than it used to be, or the subscribers. I'm sorry.
but then imagine some bozo like me shows up and just in a short period of time basically does equally as good, like just fucking around.
Well, I think it's just
I
That's a
see why he's
consistency
mad.
too, though.
the number of hours. You're
Nice.
even out grinding Ben Thorpe. Yurt was grinding too when he was going at it.
Oh,
Yeah, what happened here?
yeah, I don't know if you got the beginning. I already kind of explained that kitchen got too hot, brother.
The what?
The kitchen got too hot. I had to
like
step
trolls
out.
and shit.
Shit got real in these YouTube screets.
Yeah, not just the trolls, just the whole dynamic. It wasn't really what I was exactly there for.
Yeah.
And I probably shouldn't have. In retrospect, I shouldn't have. And I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah,
I mean, I deal with them every day, bro. It's nothing. They're nothing.
I'm realizing.
Anybody else trying to jump up on here?
Well, here, and I'll bait Toilet Bowl Earth here with a little bit.
Who's he talking about? Oh, Yurt. He's talking about.
Talking. He's shooting some.
Okay, I go on your streams too, Tin. This guy is like.
Is he jealous of mine and Benton's mature ability to disagree and move on?
I don't think so.
Is that the problem? That me and Benton can have opposing views and not feel the need to descend into a screaming match?
Now, did he get kicked or did he quit when he was on?
Earlier?
No, the big rage quit thing from the other night.
From last night? He rage quit.
All right.
He did rage quit.
I thought he said he got tossed.
He did get kicked at one point, but that wasn't the end.
He got sent to the green room because he wouldn't stop talking, so no one could talk. But then he came back in and rage quit. Fuck you, man! EBT's hyping him up. Come on in here one more time, Toilet Bowl Earth. We're gonna settle this once and for all, man. This is gonna be the final showdown. I like the guy. I think just in my opinion, what happens is he gets drunk. Obviously, the problems or whatever causes him to do this is not caused by being drunk, but when he's drunk, it doesn't help it. But he's able, when he's like sober, he's able to like articulate his thoughts and.
Damn, Rich.
What?
Just laughing at Rich in the chat.
They don't like what is it called? Urine therapy. Where's Aphrodite? I would love Aphrodite to get up in here.
I saw her in the chat. Isn't that crazy bitch?
This soy boy energy.
Is she the crazy bitch that's obsessed with you?
Facts.
No.
Who's the one that makes videos about you?
She's made one or two here and there, but
okay, so she's a little off kilter.
She's a light.
I thought
troll.
you told me that's the crazy bitch.
Well, she's definitely a crazy bitch.
Okay, all right.
But I wouldn't call her a
Okay, that wasn't you.
stalker or anything like that.
No, that wasn't you. It's the other Drew I know.
Who's virtue signaling, EBT? How are we virtue signaling? So let's say last night, you got to go watch it, I guess, to see what happened. But let's just say no one intervened. The fucking thing would have just spun in a circle for who knows how much longer. Everyone in the panel would have just left, and the viewers would have just left. Does that mean tinfoil wins just because he makes them rage quit just by spurting nonstop?
Yeah, tinfoil has an inability to have anyone that thinks otherwise than him. It is a strange phenomenon. You know, when I'm trying to moderate a panel, so I can stir shit up on your channel. When I'm trying to moderate a panel, especially on, I don't want to stir shit up too much, but he does have an inability to like just accept that people have different opinions.
The real thing is who cares what they believe to me, because how does it affect you? Whatever. If you want to try to show them the way or something, the way isn't going to be, oh, you're fuck retard. Fucking, I mean.
Well, and that's hypocritical, right? Like you're trying to champion Christ, and then you're acting like an asshole.
Hey, jump in, Tin. We're waiting for you. We need that energy, man. We need that.
I don't know about bringing Christ into it.
But that's his thing. Well, what do you mean? That's what he's talking
Anyone
about.
that talks about Christ when he's around, that if it's not his way, he'll spurg. However, he did have that video that's on my channel where him and Stephen David had an online debate about whether or not it's even worth it to debate Christianity online. And in that stream or video, Tinfoil, aka Twelve Earth, his stance was it's not worth even debating it online. Yet here he is.
When I see him, I'm gonna call him out.
Critical, Tin. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna call Tin out on his tactics. He's very clearly mimicking Jim Bob. It's very obvious.
Yeah, that's another thing that
I don't think so.
The stream gay, in my opinion. There's just that precept shit or whatever, where it's just you're just kind of like leading the witness. Oh, it's such a gay stream at that point. It's like
hold on. Let's get one thing straight. Jim Bob didn't show up on Owen's farm as some neighbor in jorts and then made his career. Jim Bob came from fucking LA. The guy's never hunted or did any of the shit that he's talked about in his life. He made designer jewelry for F-slurs and other Hollywood people. He met his wife through Owen Benjamin because they were both comedians. He's never done anything that he talked about on a stream.
But yeah, that Jim Bob style of shit, like to me, maybe some people like it. To me, it's super gay and boring. It's just like, oh my god, like it's like, so you think this, and then okay, no, I can't do it, man. Me personally, I can't do it. Here he is. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, what's up, Tim?
Okay, so you said I was being hypocritical. So, since that stream, I had spoken to people in the comments about it, and I had since recanted my position and said I was wrong. So, I mean,
okay. Well,
I admitted I was wrong, but where I guess in that moment in time, I was just like, the in these sort of circles where alternative history and alternative truths and my truths, it seems just like a dead end. And that was just the attitude I had. I guess I was just black-pilled at that moment about reaching people.
Wasn't it a dead end last night? Like none of these people are going to listen to you or take you seriously. Not because of anything. I'm just saying, like, you can't change anyone's mind online about anything.
Okay, so why have a fucking channel about the truth or anything like that? Why bother in that regard?
Why not? Fuck them.
Exactly. So why not?
Well, but then you can't spurg when they don't see your opinion. I mean, you can do whatever you want, I guess, but.
And I don't understand the Jim Bob thing. I don't do pre-sub with anyone.
His cartoons suck.
You're definitely inspired by Jim Bob, bro.
I don't know.
You're inspired. I see in his chat. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. You're in Jim Bob's chat all the time. And I love your comments. But you know, you have some of his strategies, bro.
I'm
I've been watching
actually
Jim Bob for years,
you
man.
you
I see you,
clearly
man.
don't know what you're talking about because
Oh, bro,
I'm
I've
not
been
a,
watching you for years up
I'm
in
not a
there.
fan of pre-sup. Just because I'm in his comments doesn't mean I'm a presuppositionalist.
All right, so when I let that slide, you know, I don't quite understand precept, and that's not quite what you're doing but you do take
Oh,
some of
you
his
don't
tact-
understand what presup is, but I'm using it apparently.
No. You're using his Jim Bob's tactics in general. I don't know about precept.
What's the tactic?
The way you lead people in the conversation.
Oh man, I asked the question. Is this going to be fucking for real now?
Bro,
Are you fucking people serious?
You're not asking a question though, dude. You're like leading the witness, basically.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Objection.
Are you fucking for real right now? Are we for real right now?
Everybody hates it when you do that.
So fucking
Literally.
What does that mean? It's an
everybody.
appeal. What is that? An appeal to consensus over here? Okay, nice one.
No,
So
they
how
hate
are you
when
gonna?
you
How
do
are
that.
you?
They hate it. Therefore, I shouldn't do it. The mob hates it.
Whatever you want.
Therefore, I shouldn't do it. Right?
It's if
Well,
your
but-
intention is to lead them to Jesus Christ, it's probably not going to be the most effective tactic.
Right. What is your intention?
Asking questions.
And then
What is your
shouting over
intention?
them.
Are you serious right now?
And then you just shout over them when they start to answer. That's what was happening.
You come on here. You want me to talk, and then I'm not allowed to ask questions. This is bozo show.
Somebody said you're not. That's like
Fucking
some
bozo
5-year-old.
show.
You sound like a 5-year-old dude. Like, what? I can't ask questions,
Fucking
dude.
bozo show, man. Come on, man.
Nobody said you can't ask questions, dude.
Somebody's making assertions about me, and I'm like, how? Oh, can't do that. What am I missing here?
I'll
That
go at you right
you're
now,
the
bro.
only
What's
one
going on?
right, and everyone else is wrong.
Is that what I said?
That's how it comes off.
Okay, well, this is going nowhere.
I solved the problem, by the way. You can ask me anything you'd like.
Go fuck yourself, Ben.
Why don't you guys battle it out once and for all? This shit has gone on too long.
Fucking over it, man. You can gas this guy up all you want. I don't give a shit.
When you said a clown like you're,
you
like,
go.
what have I
Yeah,
done?
that-
Like, we played the chess game and I asked you what your issue was with me and you said it was last week and then you call me a clown again. I don't know what I'm doing. The clown. Like,
Yeah, your unsolicited fucking psychological reporting of me. Yeah, that's some clown shit.
what was
What are you,
unsolicited?
dude?
What was you made the comment?
Who
and
are
then I
you, dude?
respond-
You're like, oh,
You-
this is how this guy behaves. And, there's something going on. He needs to like
But you made the
calibrate
comment.
himself. Like, dude, who the fuck are you?
You made the comment and then I responded to your comment. So how is that unsolicited?
Well, you were talking about me earlier before the comment, before I made that comment. Okay, timelines here, buddy.
Y'all getting all this?
I just,
So
That's
Yurt
a
can't ask
legit
you
question.
questions. Yurt can't ask you questions, but you can ask anybody any question.
But that was a legit
if
question.
they challenge that question, then they're just whatever you say they are.
How is that not a legit question, though?
What
That was a legit question he asked them.
about what?
Why he gave you some kind of advice you didn't want before the comment.
Benson, did you mean to cancel your stream?
Yes.
Okay.
I
cool.
just looked up this presuppositional
Fire one up if you want.
apologetics, and I'm a little confused by what that even means. Can someone fill me in? I'm just curious.
I can't. Maybe Tin can fill us in on the presuppositionalists and how that's not what he does.
Above my J Dyer pay grade.
Christian cannot declare.
See, Provo Kid says Tin is dominating. If you mean just by yelling, I mean, what point has he proved?
Well, because pussies won't ever use certain tactics. So that's Provo Kid is only going to ever use pussy tactics.
Good
Because he's
point.
a fucking
point.
pussy.
Yeah.
And there's that other dude in here that's like on that
So
same.
if you use anything that strays out of the realm of pussy tactics, you've invalidated yourself in Provo Kid's world. Therefore, you cannot possibly win because you've disqualified yourself on the basis of behaving in a way inconsistent with being a fucking pussy.
This guy too is on that same wavelength. Muska, Miriam.
Yeah.
Oh, I like him, by the way. He has good comments, but
he's on that save. He was on the one last night saying like, "Yo, Tin is like destroying everyone." And I was like,
oh, that's what I'm
"That's what I'm saying."
everybody's
He's kind of
entitled to
on
their
that same
opinion, man.
wavelength.
Absolutely.
Tin, you want to explain pre-sub? Because I can't do it.
Well, Enslave pretty much summed it up in the comments. He's the precondition for all knowledge. It's the impossibility to the contrary of things like immaterial concepts like logic, ration, reason, and morality.
Provo says his tactics are top tier. Here he is. We're too low vibe to understand what the fuck he was saying.
Yeah, this guy's a retard.
I just heard. I heard drunk spurging. Sorry, that's what I heard.
He at one point I felt like 10 was beginning to transmute the fucking the triggering and almost like metaphysically transmuted it into something else. So these guys probably have a point, but
So presuppose and not, I don't want to derail it into that, but so it's essentially a fancy way of creating a justification for a circular argument. Is that what we're doing?
See, that's what I felt like he was doing last night, where it's just like, okay, any one thing, any and everything that people were saying, no matter how small, like every single thing had to be justified. And to me, when I see some shit like that, that's when me personally, if I'm watching it or something, I tune the fuck out because
I didn't know which one.
to like say some shit without justifying. And like if you're making a crazy claim, yeah, you need to qualify it somehow. But
I think presupposition is more like we have to presuppose certain things to be true to have a fair argument. It's like building the ground. Like we all need air to breathe. We have to presuppose that, right? I don't think it's necessarily about that God exists, presupposing that God exists. I think it's more like on individual facts where we agree to a battleground of ideas to fight on. We presuppose that these ideas exist. I could be very wrong on that. I'm not sure.
EBT needs to get in here and school us all on what the pre-sup shit is. But I know it when I see it, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's so boring. And I felt that's where it was going last night, whether or not it would be qualified as actual presupposition arguments or not.
I forgot which one Provo Kid was because there was one that was like
Is that dirty hippie looking dude?
Is he like a closeted gay looking guy?
Probably.
Okay, I think it's the one I'm thinking of. There's like a couple of them that got like the Provo ortho gay, vibe going.
You cannot prove a basis for your thinking, but you think proves a higher mind by thinking you prove God. That's not what it is. That's Dark Glasses Woody's shout out. That's his comment on what it is. Where's EBT?
The literal
EBT.
The literal definition is a thing tactically assumed beforehand at the beginning of a line of argument or course of action. So any argument has to be based in presupposition to some extent.
I think you're just way smarter than everyone here, and I think you vibe higher than everyone. That's why we just don't understand it.
Could be.
I'm sure that's part of it.
Is this the good cop, bad cop routine?
No, some of your potential internet friends.
Now we're love bombing me.
Yeah, we met before the stream, and we created a formula, a plan on how to attack you and just to gaslight you. That's what we did, bro.
Going to help you learn to be friends with dumb people.
Okay, Land of the Blind says, pull it up and watch it for TVE to see what a drunk, loudmouth interrupter he was.
Nah.
Did you watch it? Did you watch it back, Tin?
No.
Well, maybe we should then. I don't know if I can go through it again. I watched it last night and I watched it again.
Rewatch Benton rewatching it, and we'll comment on that.
And then we'll comment on Benton commenting on it.
Yes.
While he's streaming my stream.
Exactly.
See, I think that's a bit of the trap to the subject. I think that's a bit of the trap these panels, right? Is that it's a little too easy to stir that shit up, that we got to kind of think a little bit more, you know, what exactly are we putting out, and for multiple reasons, right? Not
you-
only entertainment.
Talking about in general, or are you talking to me? I'm confused.
No, just in general. In
Oh,
general,
okay, yeah.
as always, it's always do whatever you want.
Are
of
you
course.
are you familiar with the groceries in the parking lot approach?
No.
It's like you go to the grocery store and all the groceries are out in the parking lot. We just put it all out there.
What?
Yeah, and then a lot of them are like spoil. A lot of them will be stolen. You'll have chaos in the parking lot.
Whatever happens is dealt with. It's just here it all is. We'll just deal with it from there. I'm not advocating
The
that
audience
strategy.
wants to see the
I'm
clip.
saying some people do that. Is what I'm saying.
I'll tell you what. I'll play just.
Listen, it was high art in my opinion, and I'm not just saying that because I was moderating the
part?
situation. Oh, all of it was beautiful.
Okay, good. Yeah.
You're gonna play
I'm
the
gonna
clip.
play just like a little bit so that people can see. Well,
I'm gonna
we'll
bounce
wait
out.
for ABT, I guess, to come explain to us.
Yeah, Croco, you better bounce out of here. You don't want to be ashamed of what you did last night.
What's that?
Clip. You don't want to be ashamed of what you did last night. In this
What's that?
You were thinking wrong or something somewhere in the universe, and it affected the outcome of this.
That sounds fucking retarded. But yeah, all right. See the rest of you guys later.
All right,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna,
have Connor on the
Croco.
way out.
can you guys see this?
Oh goodness.
I'm just gonna play a little bit. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. It's just too much for me. I'm not.
Yeah, I saw
definitely-
some clip, Benter, where
Look
you're
at
like,
that
I look
bozo.
like a turtle. That shit was so funny, man.
When I
That
said
was
I
the
look like a
funniest part
turtle,
of all this shit. You're like,
when I
dude,
said I look like a
fucking
turtle,
turtle.
dude, that's the groceries in the parking lot. You
With
just
your-
fucking say it. Dude. You just here's a
Look at
gallon of
that.
milk.
That's
put
a
it out in
good
the parking
thumbnail
lot.
right there. Look at that one.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to. Oh,
That's a
I've
carton of
lost.
eggs. You just put it in the parking lot. Like it doesn't matter what it is. It goes out in the fucking
Yo,
parking
and
lot.
that's what's interesting about these panels too, is like y'all are messing with the homegirl Sly Shy, who like I befriended weeks back, and now to see her pop up, and y'all terrorizing the sweet old lady from
She
Philadelphia, Sly Shy.
loves us.
No, I know.
Me
I'm
and
just
EBT.
joking,
But
man.
you know, I know. I hear you.
All right, I'm gonna play a little bit of this. I'll kind of skip ahead. I'll keep it to under like 3 minutes here.
Anything that you firmly hold morals and views and attachments.
And Snicker Pod, this is not personal.
Now this is where we're playing Benton replaying it in comments. When you hear
This
Benton
is the
pause,
groceries in the parking lot approach. I'm telling
Benton's
you.
talking.
But to me, this is a attractive young lady who's used to people listening to her solely based on her being an attractive young lady. But, completely wrong, by the way. I don't know. I haven't shared that
Yeah, you don't know that, Ben.
experience, so I don't know what that's exactly. Groceries in the parking lot. Yeah, I like Snicker Pie, but I'm still going to make my observations. So, and I like her comments. She has really good comments. So I know she's smart. I know she's got a brain.
Right,
But the fact is,
let's get to the Spurs.
people. It's possible that people will entertain some stuff. What I've observed.
Especially like with the
Yeah, I think that's right. What she's saying.
breaking news.
I'm probably just a little prejudiced because blondies usually can't talk and make sense. But my sister's a blondie who talks and makes sense. But yeah, she's doing.
Okay, this is gonna be too much with Ben commenting over
Yeah,
it. But the real stream is gone though. The real stream is
No,
gone.
I've got it on
Freaking
my
it's almost
StreamYard.
super
I can play it if you want me to.
Yeah, you want to just play a few minutes like towards the end.
Yeah. Let's watch a boomer try to operate a computer, if you don't mind.
But to the accusation, Mr. Toilet, of the drinking, are you drinking, and is it affecting your interaction with people? Like, are you extra hyped up?
What?
I said to that. It's been said. I didn't say it. These gentlemen said it. That you've been drinking, and then that is getting you hyped up as you're talking with people. Is that true or not true?
I guess it can be true, to some degree.
Fair enough. I'd be in trouble, like being drunk up here for sure. That would be rough. I'd be raging out probably too.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't play on friggin'. I gotta hang on Chrome. God damn it.
Yeah, that's so dumb.
You know, maybe that's the flip. See, here we are knocking Mr. Toilet here, and we're having this like peaceful, gentlemanly conversation that's really not going anywhere. Maybe we all need to be getting drunk and yelling
screaming.
at it. Yeah.
Just spurging. Is that the just
Yeah.
spam spurg?
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do another one and do it that way. But
Provo Kid, why don't you jump in here? Because I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, he's smart and he seems to be intellectually honest, so there's probably something to it.
Well, then he needs to enlighten us because somebody needs to.
Some of the names are so funny.
Not that I could even give mine on the spot. But
I will show my
tell me-
tits.
Mine's pretty funny, man, but it's.
What was his name?
What? Sorry. We're coming to a screeching halt so that you can see the drunk madness of last night. Maybe I misread the whole thing and I was live in it and then I watched it again later.
There's too many streams. I'm not even sure which one it is.
You need an editor, Benton.
I need all kind of things, man. This is.
Yeah, it's funny hearing people say I was drunk. I wasn't even drinking all that much last night. So, but
You
whatever.
sounded pretty drunk. There's times where you're able to like cohesively make an argument of what you're talking about, and then there's other times where you're just triggered and raging. Maybe you weren't drunk, maybe you're triggered, but you were definitely triggered.
Yeah, when I'm in a room full of reprobates saying BS, yeah, it's triggering. Especially
Why do you care if a reprobate says BS though?
Well, I mean, if it's some panel of where this is being discussed, I think the thing you shouldn't do is shame me for asking questions and saying, "Oh, I'm leading someone. I'm leading the witness," or some other coke bullshit. And also just hand waving with the cherry on top that he's just drunk. You know, it's just whatever, man.
But I see you do this, and I've only encountered your interactions briefly, so I'll have to survey the landscape further. But even there, you're sort of doing, and you do in this clip, a straw man thing. No one's saying you can't ask questions, right? That's a straw man. No one's saying don't ever ask a question. Is that what you're hearing?
So when I asked a question, the response was the assertion that I only ask questions. How does that help the conversation?
Well, and you just did it. Like you just did the thing where I pointed out you're making a straw man of that, and instead of addressing that, you just asked a different question.
This is how he's owning us, I think, based on what
that's
Provo
the
Kid said.
Provo said, yeah.
This is it. This is the ownage.
Because clearly
Well
the
played,
point
sir,
is,
by the way.
Mr. Toilet, is that no one wants you to stop asking questions.
Yeah, that's silly.
Yeah,
Well, I
people
do.
want you to ask questions, and they obviously want your opinions, but you just keep asking questions without answering anyone else's questions, I think was the general point.
And what I noticed last night, they're not able to even give the answer to the completion. Is there might be a multi-level question and they answer the very first part, and then he's all instantly jumping down their throat the moment that first part comes out.
Yeah, where it's a panel about panels and we're talking about talking.
Right. But I mean, if you're not letting people talk, I mean, is that your strategy? You win? According to some people, that's how you win. When you read the chat right here, right now, all you have to do is just shout over everyone and then you win.
I'm not shouting over anybody.
Not right now, you're not. Last night you were. No one could get a word in.
The last night, it was you wanted the energy and I brought it, and then it's
Listen, yes, and if you're offended right now, it's your own fucking emotion. Stop letting that get into I'm trying to talk about something from a rational point of view. There's literally a story that's written and it's unfolds. So how can you seriously come at someone for questioning how things unfold in the world due to what happens in a book? You have to start like taking yourself out of it from an emotional point of view and look
number
at
one,
how
football's not a
religions are
book.
all pinned against each other, and that's how you
Football-
create a lot of division among the
First of
people.
all, honey, it's
And
not a
that's all
book.
I'm saying.
Yeah, but
Like,
how would you know what
It's
true
several
religion
books,
was
okay?
or false
First of all, it's
religion
not a
was?
book. It's several books, and it's not the same book written at the same time either. Okay?
Right.
Yeah,
So who are we to
Okay, so
even
you're sort of
validate someone that's
oversimplifying
writing
it.
a good book?
You're sort of oversimplifying.
Why
it.
is it such a
It
big
seems like
deal?
You don't really have a
What
grasp
people
of what
identify as
actually being
God?
said in the religion that you're talking.
Well, most of the New
That's where
Testament
I'm
was written
coming
by
from.
Saul.
Is what they tell you is
People
good for
are
you.
this grasp
How often
of
has
what
that
we're
worked out
doing.
good? Like, how often has it worked out for humanity where they tell you something's good for you? How often has that worked out for us? Not
What does
well.
that have anything to do with
I'm
what we're talking
saying
about?
start questioning
Nothing.
everything that they tell you is good for you. Why is it so wrong to question what they tell us is God?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Fallible Earth. You're
Because,
right.
you
Yeah,
know,
there's multiple
because, you know-
authors, but
Oh, because okay,
the book
so
was canonized by the Catholic
what
Church
exactly?
in
Okay, so
1660.
so
When
using
the
your
this one, the
premise,
English version. The
let's
book's been
question
it's been
everything that
changed.
we've been
Books have been
told.
removed.
What
Books
is there
have
to
been taken
question
out. Shit
about
like
the
that.
morality of,
So it's-
of what Christ speaks of?
Everything comes from the
Explain to
fucking
me that.
Catholic Church.
I like you.
Everything
Yeah.
comes.
So-
Hold on. We need Truth or Cop to get this under control. This is spiraled out of control.
I literally didn't get what you meant until I rewatched this.
Company people give them the right questions to ask. They don't like that.
Yeah,
They want
Where
their
I'm
you
coming
know, I
from
don't think
is just how, like,
TikTok
look at it from
fucking
a
Reddit
logical
bullshit
point of view.
comments regurgitated.
Look at
like a
how
bunch
much
of
it divides
fucking
the people.
NPCs.
And
You
look
act like
how
you're a
mad you're
truther.
getting right now.
You act like a
Look
fucking
at you.
truther.
Can I answer a few
How many
questions?
fucking times have I
fucking
claimed
mouth.
I'm not some fucking
You
truther?
fucking mouth,
I'm
Jewish
asking things from a
fucking
logical
perverted
point of
bullshit.
view. I'm not
Listen.
emotionally attached to anything, and
Curse
you're coming up here
Jewish bullshit
fueled
is
because
what you
anyone
suck now.
questions you.
Get the
That's
fuck
my
out
point.
of
That's
here.
my problem. Like, so we're all
If
Christ
you are
deniers.
criticizing
We're
brother, I
horrible
have
people
something to back up
simply
about.
because we question it. Like, I don't get it. What is so wrong with questioning things that we think we know? Why is it attacking everyone instead of the fucking argument? That's all. Why can't we just have these conversations
I'm trying.
with a
I'm trying.
logical
You guys
point of
won't
view?
answer me at all. You guys, it's just like I'm bullying you. I'm bullying you. Like, get the fuck off the internet.
calling
You can't answer a
bullying?
question.
You can
okay?
sit up here
Why
and
do
play
you
victim
wanna fail?
and continue
You
to
can't answer
deflect
the
from
question.
anything I'm talking
I'll
about,
mute
but that's
myself.
all you're doing
I'll
is
mute
deflecting
myself.
from
Shut the
anything I'm
fuck out of
talking
here.
about. I'm not fucking playing victim. Stop trying to play that's what I'm doing. Stop it. You sound ridiculous. I'm trying to ask why come at people for simply questioning everything that we've been told to believe is real. Why? Why is it?
Clearly, me talking over everyone was grossly exaggerated.
Well, you're getting to the part, right? You haven't gotten to the real part where that happened.
Yeah, it's a heated discussion or whatever. I think that's pretty natural.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong so far.
Go
I
ahead,
think
Ben. Play a little more, Ben.
I think it amps up here.
Yeah. But it's already at the point where there's like 4 or 5 people yelling. This is what the panel kind of devolves into. No one can hear anything. And if you could read the chat's like checking out at this point.
When it's this weird effect of speeding it up makes it more like listenable on all these panels. I noticed that too. That almost, it's sort of a weird inverse thing. And I still don't get this whole idea that like we're so mad at the Jewish people while believing in the Jewish tradition. I'm still yet to figure that out.
Well, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, I know. I know. But
this guy, this is the Tin Simp here. He says the panel failed to get any further, so he amps up. They're groveling. Well, no one could answer a question, dude. So of course it's not going to get any further. When you ask a 3-part question, and the first part of the first part comes out of their mouth, and then that's instant like attack and tear down, and that's the exact thing that Benton talked about, that Tinfoil and I talked about right before the stream. On the stream, we talked about Benton. It's so meta. We talked about Benton talking about Tinfoil. That's his tactic.
Getting attacked.
James, I could turn that around and write on you. How do you know anything you're?
people get so pissed when you point out that contradiction on the Jesus, all these Jesus freaks, and then they hate the Jews. I don't get it. People don't like that, man.
Yeah, why are you bringing the Jays in this?
Yeah, we can't go there tonight.
I know. I'm just saying, it's like a.
We'll learn you. We'll learn you.
Okay. I can.
What's
fall
up,
back.
Dan?
What's going on?
Were you in that stream last night, Dan?
No, not last night. Last night I was working. So I catch you when I can get you. It is what it is, you know? This chat tonight, I want to tell Toilet Bowler to quit being a butthurt bitch. I'm not joking. Dude, I love him. I love his point of view. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, me
But
too.
he gets on there and he thinks the louder he talks, the more sense he makes. But the louder he talks, the less sense he makes.
I think
in
people
judge.
tune out with that tactic. A lot of people just start tuning out because whether he's saying something or not to the listener, it just sounds like gibberish.
Totally.
That's where
Like
I
I'm
think
not.
he forgets sometimes that it's a show. It's not, you're not in a couch with other people, like you just said, having a heated discussion. It's a show that people have to understand, like that there's viewers and stuff.
I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. I appreciate him. I appreciate him and what he brings to your live stream in judge.
Facts.
Yeah. So, but sometimes he just thinks he can like talk and scream over people, and that makes more sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. He needs to like inhale, exhale, and like
He needs to do some yoga.
something like that. I mean, he needs to think about his life and where it is and what this like, because oh shit, it's not that fucking, you don't have to think too hard. Like this online shit, it doesn't really mean much at all. Like really, like my personal like fucking relationships mean a hell of a lot more than these online relationships, obviously. So he needs to think like this is just a game, or it's a game, it's whatever, but it's not that important. You don't have to get excited, upset. Like it's not important at all. And he needs to like I said, I like him. I like what he says, but he needs to settle down. Like it's not that important. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like call in and just call out somebody.
You want to respond to that, Toilet Board? Obviously, you can do whatever you want.
I mean, yeah. I guess I need to work on my delivery because I didn't know I was dealing with sensitive folks.
I'm not sensitive. I don't fucking care. I'm
But
not
yeah,
sensitive.
I certainly am.
Don't like fucking say I'm sensitive when I don't.
No, I'm not.
Literally doing it now. Your actual tone of voice sucks.
Great.
Who?
Horrible.
Are you talking to me,
your
Ben?
tone of voice is garbage.
Great.
Who is he talking to? Are you talking to me or him?
I'm talking
Whoever says whoever's tone of voice sucks. I don't fucking care. Great.
No, tinfoil.
I don't fucking care. If you're talking to him or you're talking to me, I don't fucking care.
Are you talking about my tone of voice when I'm in those moments?
I don't know. Let's back the stream up 10 seconds and let's listen to your tone of voice. Or 25 by now.
Who are we talking
hear
to?
it for yourself. I'm talking to tinfoil.
Well, I'm trying to respond to this guy. What?
I'm just saying, settle down and relax. And
Yeah,
don't
I know
take
I
everything personally.
can be a little brash the way I talk to people. I mean, I guess in some
Dude,
regard,
I like you and what you say. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I do.
No, it's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. I just.
It's all good. Dan, I'm gonna have to like remove you because I can only have 6 panels and I want to bring in Benton's screen.
I'm fine with that, dude. I want to give my 2 cents. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just like tinfoil, like tone it down a bit,
That's how I
All
feel,
I'm
man.
trying to
I
say.
say it straight up, like, so I appreciate that.
Well,
All right.
There's other people that have like the Provo Kid's opinion that he's
in that back and forth. Tinfoil did the really horrible tone of voice to that guy, and then wonders why people don't like him and are sensitive and don't want to talk to him. That
Wait,
was a
what?
horrific, terrible tone of voice that you gave that guy.
What tone of
It was
voice
like
was that?
you said something, then he responded, then your tone of voice when you responded to him was about as shitty as humanly possible.
Oh,
That sounds like the argument against people that don't like Trump. They'll be like, well, it's not what he says, it's his tone.
Yeah,
Like,
but
are you
people
fucking
don't like a
serious
certain
right now?
tone. They don't like it.
Is
So
this
if
guy
you wanna-
fucking serious right
If
now?
you want to be unlikable, that's up to you. So go on your own live stream and do what I do,
Hilarious.
and then we can talk about it. But if you have a back and forth
Whatever.
with somebody
Unsolicited
and you
opinion.
use a horrible tone of
Don't
voice,
care,
they're
bro.
not going to like you.
Don't care, bro.
Ben sounds like
Clearly you
Orange
don't.
Man bad people.
Clearly you don't. But it's
Don't
your
care.
tone of voice.
Your
man.
tone of voice was so
You're talking
gross,
to people
loud.
about your inability to communicate effectively.
I was trying to
You're calling
talk
them
to
out.
that guy. You couldn't help but butt in with your bullshit
Well,
about
can we-
my tone. Tone,
I think
please.
you guys are a lot alike, and I think that's why you guys.
No, we're not alike at all.
Yeah, I think you guys are a lot more than you both would admit, and that's why
Okay,
there's such friction.
I don't
Stay
claim
at a
to be-
low
I don't claim to
level.
be the psychology guru like he
Stay
does.
at a
I
low
don't claim to
level.
read
It's just on a religious
1,400 books like he does.
Stay at a low level with respect to your broadcasting skills. I have no issue with that. In fact, it just makes me look better by comparison. Or you could listen to what the fuck I'm saying, fix your fucking shitty tone of voice.
Is this
and
you
do
giving
better.
advice? Is this you giving advice like you had a problem with Ben Thorpe doing? Hypocrite.
This is
Here we
I
go
said what
again.
you could do. If you would listen, you would
Yeah,
have
here
heard
you
I
go
said what
again. Are you giving me
could do.
advice? Are you giving me advice?
If I present
Did you
an
tip out
option
on him the other
with
night?
the word could,
See, you're
how
a
is that
hypocrite. You
advice?
can't stay consistent. It's whatever's advantageous to you in the moment.
And it must be very frustrating that people are willing to listen to me in spite of that very obvious character flaw.
What is that? That means nothing.
It does to the people who listen.
I'm popular, therefore I'm right. I mean, you're.
But
what?
these are
What is
objective
that even- You're not even
measures.
really all that popular. Like what? Like
But it's better than what you're doing. Therefore, I'm objectively outperforming you. So get your skills up to my level.
bro, I'm not in
then
the
we can
race.
talk.
I have no dog in this YouTube fight.
Exactly,
You clearly
because you're
have.
being
You
a
clearly need to
pussy.
be liked.
You're
and need
being
to
a
be
pussy.
validated.
Grab your
I do
nuts
not, sir.
and
I have
behave
a
like
life.
a big person.
I have a
Or
family.
continue to bitch out and wonder why people don't like you.
Dude, do not care.
Exactly, because you're a
You
little
something that's important to
bitch
you.
like these other guys who are too cool for school and they're not broadcasting, doing live streams.
Oh
That's
man.
the
Oh,
end.
here we go. Jerk yourself off for the
Get
cam
your
some more.
skills up.
Oh.
Show that you can do what I can do and do it better.
Oh,
Then
man,
we'll have
you're
something
just.
to respect. Until you put your
Oh man,
sorry
you're just
punk
the
pussy
regular
ass
fucking
in
Joe
the
Rogan, aren't you,
arena
man? Everybody
and
just
show
listens
what
to
you
right?
can do, it
Wow.
don't mean nothing.
I don't
Get
like your tone,
skills
bro.
up
Well, and
and
just to
make
flip it a
happen.
little
don't
bit
like
here,
your
Ben,
tone,
I thought
man.
his tone was like holding in there pretty good.
I
But
didn't,
Terrible.
I didn't notice
Terrible.
anything, to be honest.
yeah,
with
but
you.
I thought
Terrible.
he did incorporate the sneak diss, but I mean that's sort of his like or the passive aggressive.
Yeah, I mean that was
Yeah,
just
that's
being
sort of his
cheeky.
that's sort
People
of his
hate it though.
That was just me being cheeky. Like, who cares? Why are you
If you
so
have to
sensitive?
backwards
Why are you
rationalize
such a
why people
sensitive
should like
fucking
it,
girl
that
about
doesn't
Here
it?
we
make
go.
sense.
But
It's called a
objectively, I
broadcast.
Let's go.
I don't like your tone, bro.
Not any
Get off
good
the
at
internet,
it.
bro.
I think what Ben
Get
wants
off
you to
the
do is
internet.
whisper gently in his ear.
Oh, Benton, you're
There we go.
such a good streamer, bro. Wowie. Is that better for you, baby? Fuck
This
off.
is not for me, sir. I can go right now and do my thing. I don't have to be here talking to you. This is a gift.
Yeah,
to you,
what's
sir,
your
if you're
thing
willing to
exactly?
take it.
Just babble into a camera, incoherent garble.
We're
for
literally
7
on
hours.
the channel
Yeah,
talking about that very thing. That's what we're
just
discussing.
nonsense.
You're here
Quantity
with the
doesn't equal
nonsense.
quality, Benton.
You're
2 years in the
here.
making, live
So-
on pay-per-view here. They're gonna battle to the death
Yeah.
now. Let's fucking go.
So go ahead and put out something of higher quality, and they will go listen to you, and they will no longer listen to me, sir.
Bro, I'm not in that. I'm not in that game.
Exactly, because you're too weak.
I'm
to,
not in that game
face
to be
the reality.
You need
that
validation.
you will
I do not.
most
The only thing
likely
I want
lose.
validation from is God and my family. That's it.
Then
You are nothing
turn
to me.
off
You are a weak
your
worm.
station.
Okay. You
Then
are
turn off
plankton in my
your
sea, brother.
station. Then
You are
turn off
plankton. You're just
your
fodder.
station.
Okay.
Then turn off your station. You're here doing this thing. You don't get to be the cool kid and pretend like
this isn't your
I'm too
stream
cool
though.
for
This is
school.
Chalk Body's
This
stream.
is not objectively.
And I was
This
invited
is your
on.
guys' stream right now.
This isn't.
I was invited on. This
objectively-
isn't your stream.
There are objective measures to this.
The way you talk
Go
like
out
this,
and
it doesn't affect me. Your NLP bullshit doesn't affect me.
There we go.
Go
Flipping the
out.
Try
switch
again,
on.
bro. It does not work on me. You monotone voice does not work. Yeah, you don't
Well,
like
it
it. You did the
doesn't
same thing to
work.
Ben Ford a day ago. You don't like it, right? You don't like getting mobbed like that, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, but you're welcome to go watch me.
Yeah, you're
play it
so
back
you're retarded.
and
It's either
respond
you're
to it.
mentally retarded or you're just, I don't know, some type of
So here's my question:
weird
is
psychopathy
Here's
going
my
on here. I don't know.
accepting your premise,
You're just
why don't you go
completely
out and
unaware
outperform what
how
I'm doing?
what you say. You have no
At the end of the
catalog.
day, you
to-
are unable to outperform what I'm doing. Until you outperform what I'm doing, everything you're saying means nothing.
The feeling is
I will
mutual,
just say
then.
this
So
real
let's move
quick.
on.
You both have the exact same number of subscribers. So why don't you guys battle to the death for the fucking subscribers? Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Because he knows he'll lose.
I love the shit. I love
Is
stirring
my
the shit.
tone okay for you, Benton?
The audience
okay
decides
for you,
about the
Benton?
tone, sir. The audience decides about
The
the tone.
audience. There
My
we go. You
opinion
appeal
has
to the
nothing to
hive.
do with it.
You're just like a woman, dude. You appeal to the hive
My
mind. for validation.
opinion has nothing to do with the scoreboard. See, what we're going to have, little pussies,
The
is we're going to have a
means
scoreboard.
little to nothing
And
to
at
me
the-
because I get no strikes from
Exactly.
body bagging you. You're a
Exactly.
beat dog, okay?
Exactly.
In the cab
You
of a
see what
truck,
this is?
you're a beat dog, okay? I have no. There's no incentive for me to body bag you, okay? I'm gonna let you win.
How much money would
I
you
want
like me
you
to
to win.
give you after you do this thing? I'll give you an incentive. How much money will it take for you to outperform me over time based on these metrics?
Dude, I don't want nothing from you, Ben.
You
Period.
just said there's no
I
incentive.
have no fellowship with the wicked, okay?
I'd take that money there, Mr. Toilet.
Nah, I'm good.
All right. You know who has the shittiest tone of all?
Because in
Truth
my
or Todd?
world,
let's
a
open the
man
can of worms
put
right now.
his
I
money
still
where
can't get
his
over the
mouth
tone.
is.
The tone policing.
In my world, a
bro.
man
Some
put his
SJW
money
bullshit.
where
Your
his mouth
tone,
is.
bro.
I got 9 on it.
Hey,
What
look
you
at
got
him.
on
Look
it,
at him
hot
flexing
man?
his shekels for the cam. His
Flex,
mammon.
I'm putting it in the middle. I'm all in, baby. I'm putting it in the middle. What you
Wow,
got?
you act like nobody else is getting money in the world.
Not an act, sir. I'm willing to let you have a shot at this 9Gs right here. You got a shot at it. There's
You're a
your
walking
incentive
lick, man. Hope
to
you don't get
body
robbed.
bag. There's your incentive to body
You're a
bag.
walking lick, bro. Hope you don't get robbed in them streets, in them
I
YouTube
ain't worried about
streets.
that. I'm worried. I'm thinking about that 18 I'm gonna have, but it's not like you can put up 9
man.
to match my 9. We finna escrow, and we're gonna do this.
Let me bring Shem in for a second. Let's shake the energy up. What's up, Shem? We got Tartarian Truth in the house.
What's up, guys?
What a bozo.
What
What's
do you
up,
think
Coach?
about-
Thinks they
wait,
can take
hold on.
this from me. Come see me.
Okay, guys, gentlemen, let's welcome Shem, the infamous Tartarian Truth.
Yeah, this is hilarious. I'm just here to watch mostly.
You got
Yeah.
any
Yeah,
ideas?
bring
or
more
thoughts?
pussies, by the way. Bring
You
more
got
pussies.
You got any thoughts, Shem, on the how these types of panels serve the system or anything like that, or panels overall in general?
Not really, but one thing I will say about Toilet Boy Earth is that it seems to me like he's aware of his problems. He's trying to turn his life around. I mean, he's religious, so he's given the benefit of the doubt to try to like change his behavior around if he wants to. I mean, that's where I'm at with it. I don't really know much about the entire drama though, so I can't really say much about it. But what I have noticed is that he's posting religious stuff and trying to be more religious, and he recently got married, so give him the benefit of the doubt if possible.
I mean, I did wake up this morning with a little bit of maybe I shouldn't have gone so hard last night. I did reflect on that, but in the end, it really doesn't matter because when you talk to people that don't want to hear it, it doesn't matter how loud I shout at them. It is a bad, I guess, method to get at it, but I was just trying to keep it exciting. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, you're bad at it, and you objectively made a fool of yourself.
So are we starting up again? Are we starting up again?
Like
really?
what happened.
Move the fuck on.
That's what happened. No, we're not going to move on from the fact that you made a fool out of yourself in the very recent past.
I mean, that's your opinion. So I don't care.
Hold on, Benton. There's this poll in the chat right now that's about 50-50. So even though some people may think it's an objective failure or whatever from last night, what he did, like 50% of the people in here right now liked it. So there's
how many of them?
There's like that perfect drama.
Wow. So I guess consensus.
Some people, it's not. I'm just saying, like.
Oh, I didn't realize the material had been presented to them yet. I was unaware of that.
I don't like what JG does, but it is contentious. It keeps the conversation going. So there is something.
I'm saying I didn't realize that the people voting had seen the material to know what
we're talking about right now. The you two going at it. I'm saying some people.
Oh no, I'm talking about last night. I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about last night. That he made a fool out of himself. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about what we're doing here.
But I see, I see Mr. Toilet here, like attempting to bridge the gap, Benton, and I see you sort of holding on to some old grudges, and maybe I don't know the history. Maybe,
that's very possible.
You know what I mean? Like, what did this man do to you, Benton, that has you just unwilling to sort of bridge that gap?
No, I'm pointing out that he made a fool of himself last night. That's what I'm talking about.
We're not. We weren't. He wasn't saying that.
Right.
Talking about that.
No, I said it. I said it.
Okay, so you're just going to respond with something irrelevant to his question.
I'm on a panel. Am I not allowed to speak?
No, you're allowed to speak, but he asked you a question. You respond with something completely irrelevant to what he asked you.
And then I'm not able to do that.
Okay. This all makes sense, people.
These YouTube streets, it's real, bro.
I mean, but you're acting as if I'm somehow obligated to give a specific, sensical answer to a question.
You're not obligated, but I mean.
But then you called him out. You called him out on the same shit, though, Ben.
No, for not wanting to answer his questions?
No, you called Tinfoil out on the same shit of like, oh, he asked you, like Yurt asked a question earlier, and then, well, I think actually it was Yurt himself that called him out on like, you didn't answer the question. You gave a different answer than what I actually asked.
I honestly don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Earlier in the stream.
Can we play it back?
Ben, do you know where you are right now? Ben, you're on a panel on the internet.
He doesn't know which he's with, and he's in like streamception.
What I'm saying is that why can't you play it back? What I go to other streams.
Why are you
know exactly where it is?
Roll back that beautiful beam footage.
I don't want to come to
why are you avoiding his question?
Do we not have the technology to show the audience?
He asked you a direct question.
I do, but we're gonna keep it going here. I corrected myself because I said I thought it was you, but actually I think it was Austin.
See, you're wanting me to respond to. You're giving me inaccurate information. If we play the video, everybody sees exactly what's going on.
He just wants to use that as leverage. Oh, he's Spurg, so I'm winning. Okay, come on.
Okay. Well, now I have another person attempting to speak for me, which I don't appreciate.
Oh yeah, every sentence is an offense against Benton. You can find offense in a bouquet of roses, bro.
Well, deal with it.
everything is like
If you don't like
directed
it,
at you to
turn
get
off
you or
your
something.
station.
Sweep the rug from underneath you.
If
Like,
you
get
don't
fucking
like
real, you pompous
turn off your
prick,
station.
dude. You're not that
Very
important.
confusing.
Engage
It's
with
literally a basic conversation.
Okay, Benton, what was the reason that what are you holding those grudges? You're coming with like the I'll kill you energy, fuck you, rather than then you're chastising him from last night from not being able to accept people's answers and things like that.
But when my internet cut out, we were literally watching the video. Of
Okay,
that
see how
thing
he
we're
just-
talking
You're
about.
not answering the question again. You're not answering the question. Why are you harboring a grudge or what? Last night you were mad, or you weren't mad, but you're calling him out for not answering. He's asking questions and people aren't giving the answer.
We're not going to be able to do this. We're literally going to have to play the footage. What is the
No,
point of
we're not.
doing
We're not
all
gonna
these
play the footage,
panels?
dude. We're gonna keep it going.
What's the point of having all the footage?
This is an instant replay Sports Center, dude. This is a fucking panel on the internet of people yelling at each other. You got to throw a flag if you want the fucking internet, and you're all out of fucking flags, so you can't get a replay.
You're literally trying to explain to me what happened and ask me questions.
Yeah, because I know.
But then what's the point of the footage too? When the man just said that he woke up thinking that he did go a little crazy and needed to adjust his behavior.
Yes. And I was pointing out that he objectively made a fool out of himself. I believe he's mischaracterizing what happened.
But he's saying he felt he's basically saying, footage or no, I agree with that characterization of it.
Can we
made a fool out of himself?
Wasn't the
can we
stream like
recenter the
hours
argument
long?
about
How are you supposed to find the
something
clip
we
if it was the 7-hour long
You
stream?
did, Benton, did you just say that you didn't say he made a fool of himself? Did you just say that?
Absolutely not. What are you talking about?
You just said about 2 minutes ago, you said he objectively made a fool of himself.
He made a fool out of himself last night.
Yeah. But now you just said that you didn't say that like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah. Is he frozen? Are you glitching out right now?
I'm frozen, sir.
Are you blue screening? Blue screen life?
Yeah, BOSOD.
Yeah, now I get why he doesn't have questions.
Well, and this kind of goes to what we're talking about, Benton, about like attacking people and punching them. Like you had this man basically capitulating in front of you, saying, "Okay, yeah, I got room to grow. Yeah, I woke up and thought I, got a little crazy last night." So you had him, and that's the time when you don't have to keep punching, right? At some point, it's like, or is that me being beta? Is that a beta?
Oh, I don't use those terms. You haven't heard me say beta.
Pussy boy.
Pussyfoot.
I wouldn't call you that, Yurt.
No, I'm just asking. I'm not saying you said that. I'm just saying, like, what is that? Is that wrong of me to think that to talk about building bridges here? Is that a wrong?
Well, I can tell you. Well, I can just tell you that if he's aggressive towards me, I will be aggressive towards him. It's just how it is. I actually thought we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And we came to that point where I could just in that moment, like 5 minutes ago, I thought I heard.
I wasn't having a moment. Y'all was having a moment. I think that's where the confusion is.
Everyone but you had a moment.
Exactly. That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And then that brought up the question that I asked you: what did this man do? Because I'm just curious. That has you so unwilling because I'm not seeing what the disconnect is.
Yurt doesn't know the lore. A lot of the audience probably doesn't know the lore of it. It's probably too long to even go into.
Yeah. And all right, that's fine. That's my
I mean,
I don't think I even fully understand it either, but
it just seems like a vendetta that'll never end, and I don't.
But we can recognize that when these things are brought up in these live streams, that the live chat, a majority of the live chat fucking hates Tinfoil's guts. Like that's just a reality.
That's a reality, you said, but in the poll right now, it's 50-50.
That's here now.
Yeah, well, you said the majority.
You said
not in this
one. You said every time. You said every time.
Your imagination.
What's that?
Get out of your imagination.
Dude,
my mind
There's an objective poll right now that's at 50-50, and it's been at 50-50 since it's been up. And you're saying the whole audience hates him.
No, I'm talking about my streams.
Okay.
Oh, goalpost moving here.
That's not goalpost moving. I'm talking about all of this content, by the way, the majority of it happened on my channel.
You made a claim about how more people like you than me. And then here we are.
I didn't say that. I
Man,
said earlier I tried to make a bet.
honest. Let's be honest. 90% of your followers, I'd say maybe 85% of your followers are CBO affiliated. That's the home base.
Let's be real. Just like you?
I mean, probably 100% of mine are CBO people for sure. I mean, because he was gracious enough to send them my way.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
The majority of your people are what?
I don't agree with what you're asserting here.
Oh, here we go.
No, I don't agree. I simply don't agree.
LARPing BS, where you can't have a basic conversation. And you think
I simply don't agree with what you're saying. I'm not obligated to agree with what I do not agree.
Here we go with the pompous BS.
Yeah, because I'm not agreeing with you. Oh my God, that's terrible. How dare I not agree with tinfoil?
I mean, I don't need you to agree with me. I need to have some basic.
You kind of seem need me to agree with you.
I need to have some basic communication with you, which is a problem when your big thing with me is, oh, he just asks questions.
Yeah, but that's not a problem for me.
But anyway, I don't want to keep looping with this guy. Let's keep it moving though.
Yeah, see,
right. So
we're getting into it, and you don't want anything to do with it.
It's a loop, man. It's a loop.
It's not a loop. Those are not problems for me. That's for you to figure out and solve. It's not. It has nothing to do with me.
I already
together.
I already basically admitted I was kind of out of line last night.
No, you weren't kind of out of line. You objectively made a fool out of yourself. That's completely different than kind of out of line.
Okay.
Kind of out of line don't cover the half of it.
Okay, so it has to be the way you put it. Otherwise, we can't move forward.
It was the way it was.
I feel like this
has become. We did hours this morning about
we have the left and the right hemisphere of Jack Talcott himself right here. They have the left and the right, and they're just having a conversation, and it's going nowhere.
I am Jack Talcott's frontal cortex.
We didn't have hours this morning of playing this video of tinfoil making a fool out of himself, and it was a total dumpster fire.
Okay, well, he's admitted.
But now it's just like, yeah, but no, he's like, oh, I was kind of out of line.
Well, that's a step, right? It's a step in the right direction.
Absolutely not. It's
what
a
does he have to
lie.
say?
He wants a full humiliation ritual.
No, it's a lie.
He wants me on my knees.
Yeah, can you come on camera?
Fantasizing again.
Sort of have proved my point on the ropey dope, man. Like you gotta
literally fantasizing. No, I don't have to rope a dope.
Yeah, well, okay, then
I think I'm doing quite well with
the strategy. You see how it's boomeranging, right?
No, I see what's happening here, but it's not working. That's what I see, though. It almost works, but it doesn't quite get there. It's interesting.
Yeah.
See, look, Dark Glass is what he has a good comment here. He says more interesting ideas come via Benton, more hard-headed dogma comes via Tin. Choose your poison.
Yeah, so Tinfoil's, he can go make content, and we'll see if he finds his own Dark Glasses Woody. Perhaps he'll be blessed enough. Perhaps he'll be blessed enough to find his own Dark Glasses Woody. Perhaps.
Yeah, chat's crying, loop, and stale. So
that's fine. Move on. The chat decides. Now,
where's EBT? Wait, what were you gonna say? Truth or Cop was about to say something. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I mean, I laid out the point, man. We're listening to Talcott's left and right hemisphere here. The two sides of his brain arguing against itself.
That's beautiful, man. I mean, that's
now you can see why they don't get along.
I'm surprised that we haven't had a Talcott appearance over here, but I almost think like you see in that he's like a good one.
I'm definitely not a top tier streamer. Sorry, go ahead. I'm public.
No, you're good. But I almost feel like that. Like the thing I'm talking about with these two gentlemen's conflict is sort of going to happen with Talcott, where everyone was dumping on him so hard that sooner or later he's going to come shining back, dude. He's going to be the guru he wanted to be just by persistence and and by the audience not being savvy enough to know when to let it ride. We're going to make him into the monster he wanted to be.
Okay, do you think what's happening right here, right now, in the last few minutes? Do you think this is an inevitability and maybe one of the reasons behind having panels like this?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think so too. It's definitely guaranteed to devolve into a dumpster fire, and then some of the people like a dumpster fire.
And this is fairly tame, though, too, right? This wasn't even really that ugly. I mean, people were still kind of giving it back and forth, and this is actually fairly civilized.
Heart rate is barely increased throughout this.
Yeah.
It just sucks that there's no resolution.
I would like to see those two guys. I would like to see those two guys just fight it out. I think they'd be best friends forever if they could just fight it out once. It'd be over.
I mean, I've already extended an olive branch to this guy. He doesn't care to hear it. He needs me. He needs someone to vilify, I guess, and I'm on his list. So
there had to be something you did in the past that like got to the core of this man that he's just like, nah, dude. That's why I asked that. There just has to be, there has to be.
I'll tell you this, man. When the shit goes down, I ain't riding with 10. When the shit hits the fan and you got to ride or die with a motherfucker, he ain't gonna be nowhere near me.
Yeah, I don't want to be anywhere near you, dude. Believe me.
Saying, see.
So what kind of loot? That makes no sense.
That's me rejecting you at the level of your own manhood. That's not a loop. That's me saying, if it really came down to it and we had to try to fight our way out of some shit, I don't want you on my team. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to get drafted.
Bro, who asked, nigga? Who asked?
That's my point, though.
Who the fuck asked?
Y'all are pussies.
10's not going to be on my team. Attention, everyone.
It ain't important to the pussy.
10 is not going to be on my team.
Wow.
That's like literally like a little child, man. Like that's.
Is this what you usually talk about on your show too, Ben?
What's that?
Is this what you usually talk about on your show too? Just random.
Well, you're welcome to go check it out for yourself.
Half of it is literally him looking up what I say. So he hangs on to every syllable I say on the internet. So.
Well, let's just say maybe some of you guys would do some interesting streams, long form.
Oh boy, here he goes with the
I would get to tune in
tutorial how to be a streamer. BS.
No.
Nobody asked, dude.
I'm saying maybe if y'all did that, then I wouldn't even feel the need to talk for all this time because I could be watching y'all. But y'all too cool for school, man. You're too cool for school.
How are
by
we
not
cool
providing the content that I just spoke about?
So what are the type of content we should be providing? Can you be specific?
I have no idea what you should be doing.
You need to be providing the content of God.
I'm saying the fact that there's a space for a fucking bozo like me to live stream for hours and hours and hours and people are responding to it and enjoying it. I'm going to sleep. I got Truther Cop coming in, running the fucking live stream. The shit's lit. Drew's making motherfucking graphics. He's coming on. JG's popping up, doing in real life, motherfucking interviewing people on the street. The fact that it's just all popping off, and there's room for me to do that, that's because y'all are fucking up.
Bro,
I think you're kind of feeling yourself, Ben.
Yeah, how much of that?
Yourself some more for the stream.
I want them.
It isn't graphic enough. Come on, bro.
I want them to do better.
How much of that is them just liking you as a person or wanting to be friends with you as opposed to the content you're putting out, though?
Oh, I don't know. We'll figure that out over time.
What's the difference?
Because he's focusing on the content. He's saying we need to make better content.
Dude, I did like 50-something episodes of a podcast. People still bring that shit up. I was playing it on my stream earlier. It's fucking gold. They love it, man. They love it.
The doomer genre. Definitely not an oversaturated market there.
Definitely
not an oversaturated market there, buddy.
So because he looks down on my content,
you're the birth child of the fucking doomer market.
Because he looks down on my content, he's annoyed that there's human beings who will actually entertain my fucking nonsense.
It's just funny to hear you
reality, man.
about how great you are.
Let's go into the so-called truth community and just speak some real shit, man.
Come on, man.
That's really all it takes. Just go into the fucking truth community and speak some real shit.
Dude,
yeah, that's all it takes.
All right, man.
I'm confused. That's why I don't much to say.
What do you guys think about them balloons, man? What about them balloons, man?
There you go.
I think the chat's kind of over it.
That's fine. That's not a problem. Here's the thing: is I can't disconnect or it's a rage quit. So beam me down, Scotty.
Your wish is my command. Everyone go
That's true.
subscribe to Content Machine Benton at
Got
Benton
At Benton JA 668.
at Benton JA 668.
I'm assuming I'll be punished by about half of the normal audience, but that's okay.
Well, it's half. Isn't it interesting though that in this what we're talking about the whole panels overall and two totally different types of things, and the audience kind of sees it right down the middle.
I don't.
And
man,
they both
real,
get to the
yeah.
extreme opposite. Like this guy crushed him, and this guy crushed him.
What,
and they're both. I mean,
but wait
not
a minute,
to just
before
drop the
they-
grenade, but they're both brothers in Christ. So
Well,
I
before-
don't know. You know, I'm not trying to.
before I get well, that remains to be seen. But before I get disconnected, isn't that what it's all about? It's that polarizing. What did you see with Trump, man?
Absolutely.
It's polarizing. So the fact is, man, either I can hold an audience doing this or I can't. We're going to find out, man. Like that's the thing is, 2 weeks from now, it might be me, and shout out to Music Holds a Secret and Dark Glasses Woody if I go at the right time, and AJ Lloyd and Sean and Andrew K. Mack. If those are the people who were there in the beginning, and Yurt knows what I'm talking about, and in 2 weeks, if it's them same people, and if I got something to say, I'll be talking to them.
Hey,
Thanks, brother.
let's flash back
That's
to
great.
3 months ago or 4
No,
months
I'm out
ago.
of here. Peace out.
Yeah, that's right. Run.
Rage quit. Oh shit! He
Rage
rage. I told them.
Is that the Grace Thorpe in the chat there? I mean, that was
Not
just
no more. I just nuked her ass. She's talking too much shit.
Oh shit! There's beef. There's beef with Grace Thorpe.
She's just irritating, dumb bitch.
I would have made my night to have a Grace Thorpe.
Grace Thorpe. I think you can still click the damn link, can't you? Or do I gotta I might have to like unblock her because she probably can't see the.
I'm waiting for an interaction with the Thorpes. I think an interaction with them in my time on YouTube might just,
All right, let me unblock her. Let's see.
It might peak.
Let's
Grace Thorpe went just crazy the other Friday, dude. She was showing a old like Civil War rifle in the thumbnail. She was calling out these other people for LARPing.
All right, let's see if she comes up in here. You got to invite Grace Thorpe, not by me though.
Yeah,
you
you
get
don't have to
5
talk to her.
minutes.
I'd like to talk to her.
You get 5 minutes with the yurt. 5 minutes alone in a yurt. That's what it's called.
Yeah. I heard she's on the market, so who knows, man? I'm always trying to expand my harem. I just gotta say, shout out to Tartarian Truth here too, man. I'm
Fresh
a big
Fish
fan
Market or what?
What's up, man?
of his channel.
Good
I haven't
point.
seen.
Shout out to Benton, man.
I like someone's
Funny to me,
comment
though,
here
that
said
this
that.
was, to me, this kind of proves that like what these panels are all about. It's just about eliciting a emotion, whether like perfect example was those two going at it in the 50-50 split in the chat. Doesn't matter whether you love them or hate them, as long as you're kind of feeling something. I feel like that's one of the core things this is designed to do, the panel.
That one just got to the point to me to where it was the loop was just too intense. So I could see where you're coming from, but when it gets to that point where people aren't even like responding to questions, it just becomes annoying and stupid.
Yeah,
like it's just a waste of time. Like ego is so annoying. Just try to understand where other people are coming from. If you're mad, then just leave. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, that would be far too sensible, though, right? If we did that, what would we, that would be the human logical thing. That would.
But like, I guess if you're gonna act that way, at least get mad and make it entertaining. Don't just like.
Right.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Don't just sit there and act like you're cool and collected, but you're not. It's just annoying, I guess.
Yo, I gotta admit, Grace Thorpe is sort of hurting my feelings, man. She's saying she needs a prettier boy on stream. I mean,
you got the hair up, so you got the man bun on point tonight.
Yeah, I'm actually got a full ponytail. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
And we got
looking fresh. We got
Truth. He's a handsome fella. We got Truth or Cop over here. He's got a fedora on. I heard that.
Something.
Fuck.
He said Tin's got a cam up, but he will. Don't worry about it. Just come on in. You get 5 minutes alone in the yurt.
Oh shit! EBT saying Grace is gonna tear me apart, man. Maybe this is better for me that she doesn't come up. I don't think
Grace, don't you get your ass in here.
There you go.
Your daddy just told you, so you better get the fuck in here now. Now, Grace, I want to say rest in peace and my condolences to you after your father got pieced the fuck up by Benton and dismantled
Oh
his scalp
shit!
and his scalp pinned to the wall. It must be
There
a
you
tough
go.
time in the Thorpe household.
There you
If
go.
you'd like to
Yeah.
avenge your dad, the first thing you could do is come in here. Maybe we can set up a chance for you to avenge your father's death against Benton.
Cap.
Yeah, he wrecked Ben Thorpe, bro. I get you hate him, but Ben Thorpe he rage quit. There's no other fucking way around it. He literally rage quit.
I'm Team Benton all day, but I don't know if that was like as clear as it, you know.
That was a rage quit, bro.
Oh no, I'd have to watch it again. I don't want to turn on. I could tell I already pissed Benton off by advocating for Mr. Toilet here, and it's just like I'm not trying to burn my bridges.
Dark Glasses Woody chopping him up again in the comments with the cigarettes and the inactivity and bad eating. Grace Thorpe approaching the wall at 99 miles an hour like a crash test dummy.
I mean, I don't really get what his comment was before. What dogma are you talking about, dude? Like, what? He's just saying words and just hitting enter because it looks good. I don't know.
All right, Grace is gonna come in. She said 1 minute.
Oh,
Ben has already blocked me again on YouTube.
Oh, Lord. Are we gonna get? See,
she's in mourning right now for her father, so it's understandable. She needs a minute to get herself presentable.
The most I've ever seen of the
Thorpes. I'm getting a little
was,
nervous here now, so I got.
The most I've ever seen of the Thorpes was the murder of her father last night. That's or 2 nights ago. That's all I ever saw.
Once the patriarch's gone, the rest of the body shrivels up and dies.
Oh no, Grace, be careful. You know,
he didn't have the typical energy. I think he was tired or something. I think he wasn't.
Well, he also didn't have a beard.
Maybe it's like was it Hercules or whoever, Samson? They shaved the beard and he lost all his power. He had the Pidgeotto hair.
Oh yes, yeah, he cut his hair. They cut them dreadlocks off, man.
He looked like a butch lesbian.
Pidgeotto. I miss that shit.
Ben says they'll replay the eulogy after this.
He better get some sleep first, daggone.
Dark Glasses Woody said, I respect your conviction. I just don't understand the genesis. To TBE.
Okay, so people have a problem with me. I'm a counter puncher. Okay, so I don't know if people are aware of what I believe. You know, I'm a Christian. I'm an Orthodox Christian. Do you want me to preach to you this whole stream? I think the writing is on the wall, what I believe. I don't need to go into it with you every single time about.
Well, half the people think you're a Catholic as well.
I mean, I'm not trying to be cringy and preach to you. I mean, I'd like to think you're smart enough to know what all that means, and then we can move past that. But
another person calling you a groiper. Why do they think you're a groiper? Just because of
the
bro, thought respecter is literally a troll. Okay, he's digging for anything he can. It's a literal thing. He's literally classified as a troll.
He's not. I think he thinks he's a really good troll. He's not even that good of a troll. No. He's mid.
Yeah, but he's got inside knowledge about things. You know,
he's a mid.
He's a mid.
You gotta understand, man. I hang with world class trolls, bro. Like,
he's.
I think you're good in your little circle. Like, it's nothing compared to what we do all day, every day.
I don't think they realized when they stepped into this game what they were getting into.
Yeah, they didn't realize. They'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah. And they're starting to. You know, I seen Thought Respecter back up a little bit.
After they keep watching, they're gonna love us.
Well, Truth or Cobb. I liked your intro a lot. Are you gonna look into the truther community, or are you only gonna do that convoy thing? I don't know much about the convoy.
Yeah, I can't see Ben's comments. Did he say he wants to sick the groipers on me?
No, it wasn't about Ben.
Kiwi farms. Kiwi farms.
Oh, Kiwis.
Oh yeah, exactly. They're Kiwis. Yeah.
What a fucking coward.
I'm working on a documentary about the convoy. I may or may not have been there the whole time, filming the whole entire matter, for one reason or another. But
Undercover.
undercover, yeah, absolutely, exactly.
Are you gonna look into like any of the mainstream truther people, kind of like John Levi or anything like that, eventually, or do you not watch that kind of stuff?
I don't watch that kind of stuff, but I'm trying to do like this. I don't know. There's like a broader theme with this main documentary I'm working with. It's the People's Conspiracy is the name of the documentary, right? It's the People's Conspiracy. So what have the people conspired to believe? You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of where I'm aiming at with that convoy documentary. I just have a large convoy audience. Well, they not that they even care about me. They kind of hate me, half of them, but there's a lot of them. So including Thought Respecter. Shout out to my Kiwis out there following me along. Kiwi farming me.
Kiwi farm. You're on Kiwi
for
farm.
the locals.
There's
Whatever.
another guy
You're on
called
there?
Thought Destroyer. Is that like his brother?
No, see what that is. That was Thought. No, Thought Respecter was like, dude, he's a good troll. Because Thought Destroyer is not. They're not even tied together. There's a lot of lore there.
It's funny
Thought
how all these
Respecter came
things,
in.
how all these things turn into like there's like multi-year lore and stuff back here. All right, we got.
What's up, Grace? How's it doing?
It's your sister. Grace,
Yeah.
Yurt is the long lost Thorpe, and he doesn't know it yet.
Yeah.
It's Uncle Yurt over here.
I'm Yurt. My name's real name is Austin. Your dad said that I could possibly be a Thorpe.
His real name is
open to
Uncle
the idea.
Austin, I believe.
Oh no, you were the guy who was chatting on my stream.
That's right. That's right.
I remember
Like
that
a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So what I was curious about you guys were, and was this idea of LARPing on the internet, right? The LARPing
toilet,
right?
Sorry.
And so your mom and dad are in a healthy marriage, right?
No, they're not
Really?
married.
You guys aren't leaning.
That's a LARP, right?
You guys aren't leaning into some of your social dynamics for entertainment.
You guys brought me on here to talk about my parents. I thought you wanted to talk to
Well,
me.
no, we'll talk. Frankly,
I wanted to talk
thought we
about
were
your
talking
dead
to
dad.
your mom there. I got a little confused. I'm happy to talk to you though too, but.
So you don't even want me up here? You want to talk to my
Well,
mom?
no. I mean, I'm happy you're up here now, but I thought we were talking to your mom. But I just get your names confused. I'm not that deep into the Thorpe stuff. But I was proud of your mom. I think your mom kind of showed her hand in the Friday before last broadcast when she showed the Civil War rifle and all that. And she kind of and she had to delete that one.
Oh, did she?
I'm pretty sure she deleted it.
Oh.
Yeah. But she sort of turned around on Hormaxer and a number of other people and started, the claws came out on everybody. And I thought that was nice. I thought that was a nice switch. And that was the clue to me that you guys are not, and I don't even know if LARPing is the right term, right? But that we're leaning into the social dynamics of our family. But your parents are happily married, right?
No. They're getting
for sure they are, right?
I think they live the gimmick, Austin.
They're getting
They
a
live
legal
it.
divorce March 17th, and they're going to get an annulment from the church.
They never break kayfabe. That's the trick.
And annulment after how many years of
kayfabe.
marriage, Grace? How many years were they married?
Well, I mean, 0, but
No. How many years were they married?
Legally, I
But
think
there's
it was
no annulment yet, so there's got to be something. 19?
20 years, 90 something.
I don't think you give an annulment after that long. I could be wrong.
Right.
You
but
know,
all that whole story of not really being,
shush.
that whole story of not being married while having multiple children and being together for 20 years is silly.
A priest literally told my parents that it may be a sin if they don't pursue annulment because he heard their story and he was like, I think
no priest said that, Grace. So this is kind of what we're talking about like YouTube personalities, like, and this is what I saw with your mom, is that she was happy playing the character until she wasn't. And so do you see the danger in that when we play characters and then we want to show our true selves, or you know what I mean?
Can I see the hair?
Yeah, you see the hair, but can you answer my question though?
Well,
Like,
can you turn your head just a little bit? I want to see what you got going on. Nice.
I was gonna braid it up. My wife was gonna braid it up, but I did this instead.
Tin, let's see your hair. I want to see the stash. Come on.
You gotta answer the question
Yeah,
first.
I know. You see, she wants to get off the subject. She's flattering me. We're talking about hair.
She's
Chalk,
dodging the question.
Drew,
I don't control. Hey, I don't control this motherfucking man. But how's your dad after his brutal beating about Benton J.A.? How's your dad recovering?
Is he in the hospital still?
From the Benton thing?
Yeah, where he rage quit like a bitch.
Did he rage quit? Oh yeah, he did. And
100%
then
he rage quit.
But you love your mom, right? I can tell you actually really love your mom and think she's a pretty awesome lady. I bet your mom is probably pretty cool too.
I mean, in a way, but I told her
No,
to.
in all ways. You love your mom. Get real.
Well, just because you're a mama's boy doesn't mean we all are.
You're talking to your Uncle Austin over here. Show some respect, Grace.
Oh, I got big issues with my mom, but the thing is,
Me
you love your mom. I
too.
can tell.
I do love her, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think she's a horrible person.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I told her today I hope she leaves so that I can move back in with my siblings and that I like she doesn't move back in. I told her.
Nah. I think you're going to find this is a trap, my friend. I think you're going to find at the end of this that you've trapped yourself. That's what I think in a meta way. You've trapped yourself into this character.
I'm into that stuff, like serial killers and stuff.
What?
Like traps and stuff.
No, like at some point, like your
Cringe as
mom a week ago, you're gonna get
Well, I'm trying
tired.
to spice it up a little, Drew. This fucking guy is interrogating me about my family. Boring.
Because I'm interested in the dynamic. We play characters here, and then sooner or later you're not going to
Austin,
want
I'm
to be
sorry.
that character.
Austin doesn't understand. They never break kayfabe. That's the whole.
Now
fucking
she's about to though right now, and that's
No,
the
she's
fun of
not.
it.
She won't.
She will. She will. Sooner or later she'll have to.
Okay, fine. I thought we were just joshing around. If you want to be honest, I'll be honest with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you love your mom, and she's been a good mom to you, and you guys are actually super close with each other as a family.
She's been a terrible mother to me, but
oh come on!
I mean, no, you want to be serious. We're gonna start diving into some real issues here. Come on, Uncle Austin.
You
should know this by now.
Done? My mother said she wished that I would kill myself because she was jealous that I was hanging out with my dad.
Yeah, that's the gimmick, right?
No, she said that. I'm being honest. She said that.
Said that where? On here?
No, she said that too. When my dad was talking.
It wouldn't matter if your mother said this where she said it.
Well, it matters because they're playing a storyline out here online to create fake drama because it's fun. It's kind of fun to play characters and then I'm sure you guys have some mother-daughter conflict as most mothers and daughters do, right?
Sure.
But you're leaning into that to create. Is this a rage quit?
No,
it is now. I can't.
Oh shit.
She rage quit. Damn, just like her dad. She fucking rage quit.
Benton tagged up.
Yeah, Benton rage quit. Now Grace rage quit. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for the Thorpes. I'm gonna clip that out and say Grace rage quit.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I can't.
Grace, where'd you go? I was about to cam up.
I can't handle the Thorpes. It's just too much. Just leave, Grace. I did pull her. She didn't rage quit. But I'm not going to bring you back in, so don't waste your time.
Yeah, okay.
It's too much. Too cringe. Way too cringe, bro.
Yeah.
They never will break the kayfabe on camera. Yeah. Ever.
It had me tripped out, honestly, for a little bit. Because I just couldn't quite tell because they're so committed to it.
I mean, I think it's real that I saw the mom bring their son on the stream the other day, and that's the only experience I really had with it. And I was like, this is strange and weird. Why is she ruining this kid's life, basically? So I never watched him again.
But why in this community are we even getting involved with perhaps even fake family drama?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's I was confused by it. I just checked it out, but that's what I saw when I checked it out. I was like, what the fuck?
That's EBT's people. I don't claim them.
EBT's a sharp guy, so he might have some insight there. I don't know.
No, he just likes any kind of drama stream, I think.
And I got a rule too, but I'm curious about that. What would be the difference between that drama and the Benton tinfoil drama?
I'm sorry, I was like dealing with the chat. What did you say?
What would be the difference between that drama and then Tin's drama and Benton's drama? Like,
Well,
why?
There's lore on the on the other one.
I got it.
Plus, it's directly related.
I'm
to this
personally invested with both of them because I've been involved with both of them for a couple of years. And
I mean, there really is no lore. It's really, it comes down to him freaking out one time, and he's been my enemy ever since. And it was out of nowhere.
The difference is, what the fuck do the Thorpes talk about? Nothing. It's just some bullshit fucking
within their family.
Fake reality, family show.
They don't even get in the way.
They never will come out and break kayfabe ever. So what you were trying to get her to do, she never will. So what the fuck's the point? What's the point of watching it or interacting with her or anything like that? It's a completely 100% fake persona. At least Tinfoil and Benton are pretty true to themselves, I believe.
Well, some of us need wives out here, Drew.
Yeah, you need to make a better selection than that. That's the last thing you want to select right there. Yurt's got a wife. Truth or Cop. We'll find you. We'll find you a good wife. Truth or Cop.
So I missed the beginning of the stream. Was this like the entire subject, or is there something else you're supposed to be talking about?
We're talking about panels, man.
Yeah, look at Ben Thorpe rose from the grave to come up in here. Ben Thorpe took a fucking brutal beat down on the Enslaved by Truth channel. Go check it out. And rage quit against Benton. Avant-garde fucking postmodern troll rage quit against a fucking guy from Arkansas. That was pretty shameful, Ben Thorpe. That was a pretty bad, bro. But it looked like you were tired or something. I might give you the benefit of the doubt on that one.
He looked Gucci made, man. He looks like a different person altogether.
Yeah, they cloned him.
Yeah, they fucking cloned him.
Ben's asleep now.
They replaced him with Hobson.
Yeah, that's what prisons are. They're just cloning facilities. That's all.
I'm sorry. There was a question right before that, before I got into the Ben Thorpe. What was the question?
From me?
I don't remember even
the panel.
There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, I was just asking what the stream was about because I'm confused as fuck.
This contribute. Right here you're talking about this stream.
Yeah.
We're talking about panels. It's like kind of like a panel about panels. So what? I'm of the belief that everything happens by design, right? There's social engineers and controllers that plan things many years in advance. So we're at the point now where this stuff, it's been happening for a while now, but it's gaining more and more traction recently, I believe, is the panels. So I kind of wanted to get with some of these guys and ask, like, how does that serve the system, or what are some of the things that would be accomplished by this, or what are they trying to accomplish? Just kind of brainstorm that.
Like say for example, mainstream people doing panels. Is that what you're talking about, or
just like throughout YouTube? It probably less maybe mainstream people to kind of promote it to people that aren't familiar with it, but then for you to get your own panel and go on your own YouTube with a small little, they're making these influencers more and more like micro influencers.
It might have a lot to do with it might have a lot to do with ego, honestly, because they want people to think that they're their own gods and they're basically like better than other people. So you have all these people who get these small communities with like 30 to 50 viewers, and they automatically have this huge ego and think that they're doing something special. Could have something to do with that, but I also think it's a huge waste of time a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's definitely a time burner, and it's like
for sure.
It's like it's a gym. It's just another gym of people being at heads with each other. Because I mean, it's almost like a debate, sort of public debate forum thing where people are going head to head, and ego is definitely involved in that. I'm not gonna.
There could be a way. I guess you could think of it too, like the people maybe that stream often and they have 1 or 2 viewers or 0 viewers, but they keep doing it. Maybe it's like therapy for them or something. Who knows? But maybe it makes them feel better when they do it for whatever reason.
I don't know if you guys are. I guess there's like a place in London or somewhere in Britain. It's called Speaker's Corner, and I came across it because I'm all about
Muslims versus Christians usually.
Yeah, it's Christian apologetics, and it's a park, and there's just a ton of people just in this public square, and they're having debates in person. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, there's a guy that called Ali Dawa and Muhammad Hijab. They both
Oh
go
yeah,
there a
the
lot.
Dawa team. I mean, I found out about it from one of the guys on there. His name's Bob the Builder, and he's like one of the Christian apologists on there. And yeah, it's pretty wild. It's kind of like, I mean, it's such a different thing though when you're in person talking with people.
Well, it reminded me of the whole situation between you and Benton earlier, how like they have conversations, but no one ever really considers the other side. It's more of like they're putting on a show or something, or I don't know what they're doing, but it seems like they're putting on a show to people who support them only, instead of actually trying to converse and change their opinion or change someone else's opinion.
Yeah.
What's the difference between that and meeting somebody at a bar and having a discussion and meeting an inroad where you know, what's the difference?
What do you mean?
When you meet someone in the public and you have a discussion and you both enter your dead ends where the conversation doesn't go any further.
Usually, when that happens, you probably wouldn't hang out with that person again because it'd be awkward as fuck. I don't know.
Dude, my best friend tried to slide a knife across my throat at one point. So, I'm open for all kinds of discussion.
Same here. I usually like people that make fun of me or like that are my enemy at one point. Usually they're my closest friends in the end. I try to become friends with them. So I'm right there with you. But I guess the point when it comes to the public discussion versus private is that these public people usually are trying to make money off of people or do something like that. So that adds a whole nother layer to it. Like you have these guys going to the speaker's corner and they're putting on the facade that they're trying to actually like convince people of an argument or maybe have a intellectual discussion. But in reality, they're just there to show off and get donations. And it's just pointless. And they're yelling and screaming. And sometimes the police even get involved.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're live streaming it too, like from the park. I mean, that's how I know about it from watching Soko films.
And that's not the dynamic between Benton and TBE.
No, the dynamic. The dynamic I witnessed was just kind of I guess it seemed like Benton, especially, which nothing against Benton, I don't even know the guy, but it seemed like he didn't really want to change his mind. Like other people were saying that, and I agree. It seemed like I didn't know exactly where the line was. Where like, did he want Toilet Bowl Earth to do this specifically to move forward, or was there no chance of moving forward? So with that, that's where I stand. I mean, I don't really care. We're talking about it, so I'm making my opinion, but it doesn't matter. It was confused. Like it was from the outside perspective, it's confusing as fuck to me. I was just like, they asked me to join, so I joined, and I just got in here. I'm like, I don't even know what to say because this is just weird.
And a thought experiment was you were reading from that book earlier. I mean, I don't know if you want to bring up some of the highlights that you read, because it was basically about how these panels lead to intellectual discussions that never end.
I've had the opposite results sometimes though. Like most of the panels I've been involved in so far, it seems like people have changed their opinion or at least been open to changing it.
But indefinitely. I think if you haven't subscribed to In a Thought Experiment, he was reading this thing earlier about like how the internet entraps us into this realm where we intellectually discuss things indefinitely and we become out of tune with our bodies.
I agree with that. And one of the main points of like my message I try to get across to people is to try to be open to people that you don't agree with and work together to try to like find common ground. Even if you don't have to change your opinion completely, maybe you can convince them to change their opinion. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Like on your channel, I watched a debate with the I don't remember what his name was. It was some like angry dude you were talking to, and he ended up apologizing, and you guys seemed cool after that. So there was progress in that situation. I forget what his name was there. It was some he was yelling and screaming the entire time. It was pretty funny.
It's Paul Enslaved.
Yeah, Paul Enslaved. That's who it was.
Yeah,
Paul Enslaved. It was hilarious.
Paul Enslaved was on there.
Yeah, he was like screaming.
I officially joined that cult. Not only did I rage quit and nuke my channel, I've officially joined. I've officially joined that cult, and he's my official cult leader. It's the first cult I've ever joined, and I'm pretty happy over there. I think there's a lot of good stuff going on.
I don't know what you guys are over there at that Paul Enslaved cult, but I'm gonna figure it out and make sure nothing nefarious happens. I've got my own cult leaders, so
he has a good like WWE persona, Paul.
You know what it is, and like I think it's even a little more than that, is that he commits to what was going on, like tonight here with Benton and Tinfoil. He commits to that and actually doesn't do sort of the double speak that we've done a little bit here, where it matters but it doesn't matter. We're fighting each other all the time, but we don't really care. It's just the internet. He's sort of committing to it. No, it really matters. Where those two dudes really should either fight it out or figure it out or, you know, progress in some way. And I think he's doing that in a fairly genuine way from my experience so far. Not that it doesn't have problems, not that there aren't other issues, whatever. I think he's at least being, you know, committed to that.
I just, you know, I find it curious that, you know, Ben was a longtime anti-YouTube person, and now he's giving advice and he's saying he's this big thing. You know, a lot of people listening to him, and it's this validation-seeking thing, and it's just strange to me to hear. You know, I guess. I mean, my memory is not all that great, but I do remember that. You know, I do remember when people say things, and when they say things that are flip-floppy, it's, you know, it's strange to me. It's disingenuous, and it seems to, I don't know.
TB, this is what I see with you. Like, he acknowledges that, and you know, when you're talking about people like JG or somebody who won't come to Christ or whatever. There was a point in everyone's person's lives that they didn't come to a certain conclusion about things, and I don't know what it is about your perspective that you don't seem to allow for that mistake to occur in other people, because we're all sinners out here, man. We've all fucked up. We've all fallen short, and including myself. And sometimes when you're arguing, it comes off as disingenuous because you're not allowing for that space for an individual to grow or change their opinion. And when they do, you call them out on it, which is, it's just not, you know, it's not realistic.
That is a little true, because I did that earlier with Tinfoil, but I don't remember him saying. I might have actually heard him say that, but I don't remember. He said he changed his mind on his previous stance was don't try to preach Christianity online, and everyone does have the right to change their mind and opinions at any time.
Yeah, I mean, I was a very curmudgeon-y doomer take on it, like, oh, I can't change people's mind, which is not true. You know, some people absorb information a little different. You know, I guess I was just in a headspace where I felt defeated, and I was just like, you know, what's the point? You know, everyone thinks they're right. Everyone is going to be in their camp forever. You know, everyone's going to pick a camp at some point in this truther game, and they're going to stay there. You know, this is the end game. They're going to pick the camp and stay there. And, you know, I felt like it's useless, but that's certainly not true, because here I am. You know, I was at one point not there, so whatever. You know, I guess.
Right.
All right, I'm going to
ease up on folks and watch my tone.
I'm going to give this guy 5 minutes to redeem himself after he rage quit like a bitch against Benton the other night. What we got the clone.
Well, look, it's Milo Thorpe.
Milo Thorpe. What happened the other night? You got pieced up by Benton. I thought it was
rage quit, so you have to talk to a moron endlessly for all eternity, or you're not a man.
I thought you were better troll than that, man.
You just rage quit my daughter. You kicked her out and you banned her from chat. You pussy. How's that? What are you talking about?
I'm here to
20-year-old girl. You kicked her out. You kicked her off panel because she went to get a lighter, and then you banned her from the chat.
Yeah, I did. I banned her.
What are you talking about?
I banned her from the chat before she even came in here. But because Yurt wanted to ask her a couple questions, only because of that, because Austin did, and then I brought her in.
How about some politeness? Why don't you say, like, okay, that's enough?
I did. I told her
you get a lighter and you drop her.
No, I told her she's got 5 minutes.
Pussy. Don't talk about
Ben, I'll give you some politeness. I'll give you some
He wants to
politeness
focus on you, but Ben, can I just ask you a couple questions?
That kid, that loser.
Ben, I'm a big fan.
Let Austin ask you a question.
Crap.
Ben, just tune in here. I want to have a civilized adult conversation between men, right?
Absolutely.
You're big on that,
your
right?
Brother Austin and the family.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take
so you love your wife, Courtney. Right.
She's my
Austin
putative
doesn't
one.
get it. They're not gonna ever break.
No, we're gonna get it. We're gonna do it
You'll
right now,
never
dude.
get it,
Let
bro.
this
That's
play
the
out,
thing.
Yeah, I'm
dude.
good.
That's
Go ahead.
why
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
pointless
I don't care
for
whether
these
they break
guys
it or
to
not.
be on here.
I love all
completely
people.
It's
pointless.
our drama. We
There's
want it
nothing real
now,
about it.
Drew.
There's nothing real. You're talking to a fucking fake character from fucking Hollywood.
It's
There's
just
nothing
your
know.
conspiracy
real.
stuff. He's an
It ain't
AI. I mean,
No,
like,
I don't
come on,
believe
everybody
that.
gotta
I don't
fucking-
believe
You
that,
guys
man.
gotta like start, taking a different type of Kool-Aid.
Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben. Can I ask you one question?
Sure, absolutely.
Is Grace's hand available for marriage?
She is single. Yes.
All right, that's good to know. I'm glad to know that. I'm pursuing that one. I'm just thinking about.
Yeah, a lot of guys are. That's fantastic. I think
I'm just
she's
checking my
beautiful.
options.
I do have to warn you that she is crazy, but
Well, what woman isn't?
Can I get one question out of Ben Thorpe too? Just one. What's up with that Maximilian
she's
Roman
not-
Empire family crest on your sweater?
German.
Yeah,
This is a jacket from the German national team. Look,
Motherfucker looking
Okay.
like Tony the
Soccer
Tiger.
I watched Rocky IV. That's why I got my new haircut. I want to look like Ivan Drago. I know he's from Russia, but it's the best I could do. It's kind of like
The
Fourth-
Phoenix.
Are you wearing a?
Why'd you rage quit the other night though? That was a bad look, bro.
You
I
don't.
had
You
more-
think I have
I
to
had more
eternally,
respect for you
endlessly,
as a
infinitely
troll.
talk with a moron, or I lose?
But you got pieced up piece by piece, methodically. Like it was a bad look. You looked kind of tired. I'll give you the benefit of the
No,
doubt.
I wasn't tired at all. I started my day. You guys were at the end of your day. I get up early because I'm ready to kill when I wake up.
Yo,
But
hey
you got
Ben.
And that's why I smoked that bitch boy Benton in the back.
Hey
of
Ben.
You
Hey, Ben.
rage. You literally rage quit,
Ben,
dude.
you might be a Ben.
Okay, Drew, let's go back into it. You rage kicked my 20-year-old daughter and
We're not
banned her
talking
from
about that.
chat.
We're talking about
What
you.
the fuck are you talking about? You are a pussy. I hate to say it. You
We're talking
keep
about
saying
you rage quitting. Your daughter has no business being on this panel. I'm
it.
running
Okay,
the
and I
panel.
had no business
invited
talking
her
to
to
that
answer a
moron
couple
anymore.
questions. I invited
I
her to
have
answer a
dignity.
couple-
You
Shut the fuck
you
up.
can do what you want me to
Fuck
channel.
up.
I could do what I want with my time. It was stupid. The guy's an idiot.
Listen, you Tony the Tiger looking motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. I invited her up out of respect for Austin, wanted to ask her a few questions. The same questions he wants to ask you because he doesn't understand you guys will never break character, and I do. And it's a waste of my fucking time to have
But
you
they
here.
did.
But
Right,
out of
because you're a
respect for
moron.
Austin-
Because you're a
out of
moron. You're all
respect for
morons.
Austin,
You're all
represent- I'll
crazy.
do it.
You're crazy.
But Courtney did
Crazy.
break
So,
character.
Wait. It's crazy for me to say you're Hollywood actors when you call yourself Hollywood Ben Thorpe. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, it's crazy.
And Courtney did break
You think
character.
Hollywood is paying for me to be on this
Ben, just
retard
focus
panel
in
right
here.
now?
Ben,
Who's
just
paying for this?
focus in here. Courtney did break character 2 Fridays ago, right? That was the real Courtney, right?
Oh,
She's
I
a
don't know what you're
wildcat.
referring to, but go ahead. You can tell me.
You
about
know
it.
what I'm referring to. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't remember every day. And
Her
what-
stream when she had the Civil War rifle in the thumbnail that she had to delete, right?
I
That
don't
was
know
the
about her
real.
deleting it, but yeah. What about it?
Yeah, you did. You see, watch the body, right? You see how
he knows
how he
exactly. See,
transfers
he's,
that and all that.
he's getting pressed and he's sweating.
Freemason
Yeah,
hand
and
signals.
he's
What
getting
does that
nervous
mean?
because instead of
You guys
fighting
are
and engaging on the level,
crazy.
you just got to be honest with the dude. You love your wife, right? And you guys are sort of an eccentric family, and you're leaning into certain dynamics that you have after been married and these children, and you guys probably got into the YouTube stuff, and you're playing a bit of a part. But what I was trying to get to her, and I'm interested.
We all are, yes. But it's
Of course,
essentially
there
true.
you go. See, he's admitting that they're.
Well, you are too. You are
You
too.
probably have a great marriage with your wife, and this is a bit of fun for you guys, right?
Wrong. I don't have a marriage.
Well, then we need to have an intervention. How do we correct your marriage, Ben? Let's bring it back
There is
together.
no marriage. It's corrected by being called out for what it is, a lie. It was a
Yeah,
mistake.
for
He's
a
funny. He's
20-year lie.
That's right.
Hold on. And Truth or Cod, back up, man. Back up.
No, nigga.
Let
I'm up
a
in this-
true
I'm up in
artist
these
work
streets
here
out
with
here.
another artist.
I'm a
You know,
Catholic.
you're
Catholics
stepping on
believe
the
that people can
process
make
here.
mistakes. Yep. Many of you,
Jeez Louise, man.
probably a lot of you guys are in lie marriages. That's why you're on the internet.
No, but it can't be a lie. You can't go. If I go buy a car right now and I keep it for 20 years and I
Mhm.
drive it all over the country, I have great vacations.
Yeah.
I bring my family in it, right? I
Yeah.
don't at the end of that say, oh, that was a fake car ownership.
Okay, so you think of your wife as an automobile that you drive?
No. Answer the question. it's a metaphor. It's a simile, right? We're saying it's like that.
Well,
you can't
it's a
use
metaphor. You're saying a marital relationship is like a car.
No, I'm
You're
saying
an
if you
idiot.
use anything,
You don't
if you're,
use
if
a
you're
marriage.
with, okay,
it's a
we can just keep the thing. If you're you had children with her,
yes,
you bedded her, you cohabitated, right? You cohabitated for 20 plus years. You were married, and you're still married. And I can tell, I can see in your morphic field, you love that woman. See, I got it now. I got what I needed here, man.
I love all people, but yes.
No,
I mean,
you love that woman. And you guys are a bit eccentric. You're having a little fun. This is a little like late middle age spot.
To what end? To what end?
It's fun. It's fun to play characters. I played a character. I created a whole character, a whole channel.
And what have we done with our 6 children? Gotten them in on the fun? What are you talking about? Are you like, does it all hold together?
Yes.
It doesn't.
Well, so when are we going to see the divorce papers?
I can show you them. I do have them.
Oh, let's see it.
All right, let's see it. Yeah, pull them up, bro. Don't make
Oh,
it clean.
here comes
You can't-
no.
Fucking shit. Oh, don't come on Drew's. Don't come on Drew's screen because he'll kick you.
Scared.
But then
Look
look at all
at
the
his soft focus background.
show the papers.
He's got a 50mm lens, finely focused on himself with a soft focus background. It's very clear there's a high production value going on in this production here.
That's right, man. You are impressed. You should be.
Here you losers.
No, get off here, Ray.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, get her out of here, dude. This is adults talking. She's clearly an errant child of some sort. We don't need her. Hold on.
I don't know what to tell you
Can we
guys.
screenshot this?
You
just dox yourself.
How do I know that's real, right?
Well, no, you
You're
didn't even
crazy
let us
using the
see it. I didn't see
here.
it.
Yeah, that's just a piece of paper where no one can read anything.
Yeah, you just flashed
What do you
it.
want? What do you want?
Pull it up on the full
I don't know
screen,
how to-
Drew.
I don't know how to make it full screen because I'm
You gotta-
Well, no, that's
it's
good
somewhere
enough.
down in the
family court something.
Yeah, my Jewish handlers in Hollywood spent months making all these.
They have
papers.
to tell you.
Okay.
They have
Panel
to
of
tell you.
retards, and they pay me millions of dollars to convince you of this.
Well,
Guys,
we got a truther
wake
cop
up!
here.
There's such a thing as reality.
Can we get your
Okay,
We
social
got a
security
truther
number
cop here.
too?
He'll investigate
yeah.
those documents, so don't worry about that. But
Yeah, don't worry
okay,
about that.
so that's fine. So you guys are getting a divorce. So what is sort of the game?
No, we're getting
we're
an
playing?
annulment, but in order to get one, you have to get it on the civil side, a divorce. Yeah.
But and so what? Where does this go from here? You guys are going to split up. Do you guys live?
Oh,
in the same
I
house?
love that
don't know
question.
enough of the-
You see my haircut? You see my new look? I'm going to start working out, and I am going to line up some supermodels in Hollywood.
That's the big plan.
Yeah, it's a great plan, isn't it? I've been in a 20-year psychopathic relationship that has nothing to do with marriage or love or anything else. 6
just had
beautiful kids. I love them
children
very
and-
much.
And I'm sorry, Drew. I apologize. I know you just hate this shit, but I'm fascinated here by this.
If it is true, why do you get your kids involved, like especially the really young ones?
Well, because I sat there and talked with their mother for 5 years trying to like sort this out. And it was only until, and I actually do believe that there's like a really positive thing of sometimes in an extreme situation, bringing it to the public so that, you know, it breaks the kind of, you know, guys, a lot of men end up making a deal with who they think is their wife, where they just die slowly. Isn't that true? You're young men. You guys know this. They just give up, right? Because there's nothing you can do at a certain point.
Like you gave up Friday night. Listen, Ben, I held you in high regard as a high-level troll until Friday night or Saturday
Drew,
night.
we have to go through this again. You kicked a 20-year-old girl off your street and banned her from your
We're not
chat.
talking about
You
that.
are a pussy.
I'm talking about.
It's so
This
easy.
is
I
what
mean-
I'm saying. I thought you were a high-level troll. You had displayed to me high-level troll abilities.
Yes, thank you.
And then you folded at some weak shit.
I mean, to
If
his
somebody
defense,
says, I don't have any more time for this, this is stupid, you
It's-
say
I mean-
that's L?
It's a
I mean,
Only a
in-
loser would say that.
in
No,
Ben's
you're
defense, I mean, Ben really was doing nah the whole time. So
Well, you just hate Ben. Everyone else would see
Ah,
it as a rage.
I don't
quit.
hate Benton, but
Not
he's
you.
an
Toilet
idiot.
Bowl hates him.
Obviously, he's an idiot.
But you want to do a rematch? Would you like to do a rematch against Benton?
Bring him right on. Bring him right on. I have no problem.
Hey, Benton, if you're watching, homie.
He's definitely
It's
Benton,
asleep.
you little bitch.
what
Wake
the-
up in your little
Watch
back
that anyway.
of your
All
truck.
drama.
Wake
We
up,
want
boy. I know there's no windows in there. You don't know when it's day or night. Wake up, cam up.
All right. Well,
So
have a good
that's
night,
pretty
everyone. I'm gonna get back to the
embarrassing, though,
chat. Peace
that
out.
Ben, you sat around for 5
All right, my
years,
man. Appreciate you.
humoring a crazy broken woman that you made all these children with, and
5
now your
years.
response to that is
Every
to
day.
create a goofy YouTube
I had
channel about your
to
guys'
break it.
dysfunction.
I had to break it. Yeah, that's right. I had to break it. Many men need to do this, and I'm going to help them. You watch. You guys are sitting at the beginning of something huge. I'm going to help men to break out of this tyranny that families become. Yeah.
But so, can you kind of give me an example of what these conversations were like for 5 years that you two would be engaged in?
Sure. Well, how about today we get organized, get like you do the lady stuff, like cooking, cleaning, all the stuff, taking care of the kids, and I will work on my career. And or whatever, I had various.
So you would ask her that? You would say, "Hey, I need to go do my career stuff, and you need to."
I
take
would
care of the house."
say, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to interrupt.
No, you're all right. Go ahead. I don't
I
mind
would-
being interrupted.
yeah.
I've gotten used to it.
There's the problem that she didn't, kind of like want to live her life, right? She was abusing. What really happened is she was abusing my daughter. And I said, "Oh
No, but hold on. Just focus on the conversation part." So you would.
So then I
there,
was like,
you sat there for 5 years, going, "Oh, I'm going to go do my career, and you need to do your domestic duties."
Well, so there was a
5
breakdown.
years?
There was a breakdown when I said you're abusing my daughter, and I kind of took my daughter's side, and I said something's got to get fixed here. So then it was every day, like, how are we going to fix this problem? And because my daughter took my side, I was accused of everything under the sun: rape, incest, whatever. I just got out of a court case that's a real court case where my son had been weaponized against me. It's very difficult for men. I want to say this to men. It's very difficult for men to break out of something that they get manipulated into.
Hey Ben,
hold on,
break out of this. Hold on.
Let him.
No.
So what
Is it a
happened to you?
35
No,
or
no,
a
no,
50 millimeter lens you're shooting on?
So what
35 or
happened?
50?
So what happened to you, Ben?
Which one, Ben? Which one?
I don't know. It's whatever the agency gives us.
Yeah, that's right.
What happened that in your
You're on to it, bro.
Was your dad a weak male like that too? Is that where you
Yes.
learned that behavior from?
Yes, that is right. Yes. Yep.
And can you elaborate? So it was so you picked this up from him. How did he sit around with his wife?
Patterns. Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Did he
My
sit
mother
around
lied.
with his wife for 5 years, contemplating his career and asking her to do domestic duties?
My mother divorced and was a terrible divorce, and she blamed him for everything, and she was lying. She's a liar.
So this went on for 5 years, right? And then what's the timeline to when you start the YouTube channel?
So like about a year ago, my daughter and I, we had to leave in the middle of the night, in the middle of a blizzard. And it was like, whatever. And then we found a place here. And I was just going on debate channels. I don't know if you know The Crucible, which is a crazy debate channel. And I was watching and I said, I'll go on there. And then they kicked us off. I got kicked off a bunch of channels for being a normal human being. And they then we started our own channel as like a, kind of like reaction channel.
So like the other day when we see the new Hollywood Ben and your wife puts out this video, and I just saw a little bit of that, but you guys are all hanging out. What's that about? How does that fit in the divorce and everything?
You mean that she's sometimes physically in the same area as us? Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it seemed like you guys were having this nice little family time.
Yeah, I mean, we try, and then it ends up being crazy.
Let me ask a question. Why do you two look so much alike?
Me and Benton? Bert?
Yeah.
You and Austin.
I know, I saw
never
these
figure out how to do
smiling
my
comments.
fucking fingers like this. Here you go.
Yeah.
He looks like
I've never heard of Authority until you brought it up now.
Dad, he's a soy boy.
Is Austin the long lost son? Is he going to join? Is this like a segue for him to lead into joining the Thorpe family?
I sort of
he's
he's
Uncle
convinced me
Austin.
now. I thought
He
I
is
had him.
Uncle
I
Austin.
thought I had him exposed.
Bert, try to
It
make
never
a face
will
like
break
this.
kayfabe, bro.
Oh, Uncle Bert. Sorry.
This
Okay.
is like Hitler fantasy right here.
Okay, I've emailed Benton for him to come back and battle you, Ben.
Yeah, where's that little bitch? Wake that little bitch up from his
He said you're welcome to come on his channel anytime. So round 2 goes to Ben Thorpe by disqualification. So I gained a little bit.
Rounds 1 and 2
for you there.
No.
That little bitch
Round
up.
1 you
No.
lost by TKO. Let's just call a spade a spade. Okay.
I don't know about you guys. What's up? What's the thought experiment?
This is the thought experiment going
Well,
on.
I was
right?
thinking about
This is a panel about panels, Ben.
Oh, it's like a Senate on
What are
Senate.
your thoughts about panels?
I think they could be chaotic.
You think it's by design?
Chaotic by design. Yeah, I mean that's how it goes, right?
That's the draw, right?
They're kind of a crap show. You never know what's going to happen. So like sometimes it works out well, and sometimes it drags.
That's when Grace is on, it's dragging.
No, when you guys are babbling about nothing, it's dragging.
No.
Oh, whatever, Ben. Quit
Can I
content.
get back to my probing questions if you don't have any other
We're absolutely.
Well,
That's what the agency pays me for. Is
I have
to draw
one.
you in.
Hey Ben, is it possible that you lost against Benton because he's a Ben 10?
No, it is not possible they lost against
And
Benton.
you're
I
just
won
Ben.
against Benton because he's a little bit.
You literally rage quit.
Hey, yo, pause.
Go ahead. I'm
Hold
sorry.
on.
Go ahead, go ahead.
You literally
Truth or cop. Truth or cop. Go
Are
ahead.
you wearing pants, Ben Thorpe?
My physique is. I look at this tan.
No,
I got.
pause, dog. Pause.
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 I
Why
mean,
didn't you
no
cam
one
up?
wants to see that shit.
Why don't you cam up toilet bowl earth?
You want to look at an ugly Iranian kid?
Now here we go with the low self-esteem. This is Benton's problem too.
It's called self-deprecation, bro.
Well,
It's a form of humor.
okay. But why did you cam up?
Are you gonna go battle Benton on his stream on his channel?
Oh God!
Not today.
What does he have? It. He has it in his truck. His
Yeah,
freight truck.
someday.
I
Which
think he's a
sort
little
of battle?
scared.
He sucks. I like
You
the
don't
guy
have to do it
actually,
today.
but he didn't let me talk, so I don't know how he wins by just.
That's why I'm saying I thought you were a better troll than that. I thought you would just like shout him down or something. I took you down in my troll ranking in my mind.
Really,
Like,
you just think
more.
two people screaming over each other is like a good way to communicate?
Yeah, that's what the panel's all about.
Okay, well, let's all scream at each other at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You suck! I hate
Hey,
you!
what are you doing over there?
Son of a
Fuck you,
bitch.
prick.
Hey,
It's not-
stop that.
That was great.
Okay, Dino.
That's what the people
That was
want.
apparently
Did
me
the
last
numbers
night.
just spike?
People like it to a certain extent, but I mean, it gets old quick. I believe, and here's a novel thought, that men should let other men talk unless they're babbling and having long speeches. And then there's a nice back and forth. Hey, there he is. TK, what's up? I have never met TK.
Am I actually in now?
What's going on?
Yeah,
Is that what
you're
you
in.
say to the ladies?
What's up, TK?
The day
Boys, we're in. Damn it, you did it when I'm upstairs now. Give me Drew, give me about 2 seconds,
Yep.
man. I just smoked a cigarette and I'm just
Do your thing.
TK, flip that
I'm
camera
in here to
sideways.
take-
It'll be easier to hold too. Flip the
TK.
cell phone sideways.
All right, man.
Toilet bowl, what's
Um,
going on, brother?
What's up, dude?
Were
Man,
you
Toilet
defending
Bowl
me
looking
against
sharp
that
tonight,
slime
man.
ball Benton?
What's that?
Were you defending me against that slime ball Benton? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
I killed.
I know it's a rare thing. Me and you
You
are
rage
not.
quit, bro. I'm pretty objective. You just rage quit, and it was
So
a
if,
pretty
if
bad
someone
look.
if someone finds a conversation tiresome and says like I can't do this anymore, they lose.
It's the internet. It's a rage quit, bro.
That's not how it works.
Unfortunately, that is how it works. Whether
No,
you
that's not
like
how
it or
it
not,
works.
that's how it's
No, it
viewed.
doesn't. Only a loser like
The
you.
rage quit is last night with me. That's a rage quit.
How about someone who says this isn't worthy of my time?
That's exactly what I said.
Well, that
Yeah.
sounds like cope.
TK.
So I have to
all
talk.
right. Hey, real quick.
Opportunity or I'm a loser.
Flip
Okay.
it.
It's Black History Month. We need to let.
God damn it, Drew. Why you gotta bring it like that, baby? Why you gotta bring it like that when we jump in? But I do wanna so what I've noticed is it was the title of the stream was a panel amongst panels or a panel against panels. And then all it sounds like we're fucking with Ben and beating his ass around. And we all know that's like slapboxing a fucking, you know what I mean? It ain't funny real quick. But can we get real funny?
A what?
So go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You said it's like slapboxing a what?
like, you know what I mean, dude. You hear it.
I
You
know.
hear it. We all
But-
hear it. It's one because you're a general. You're everyone's gonna think I'm kissing your ass if I say it like this. You're just being a gentleman, and these
Thank
guys,
you,
you know what I
TK.
mean?
Yes, my man.
It's all good. No, motherfucker, because now don't get me on. I ain't on your
He's my
side. I ain't
bitch.
on no
He's my
goddamn
bitch.
side.
TK,
All
let's
right.
do a whole through the internet.
But what this is you said it was a panel against panels.
About
A panel about panels. What one? I don't know what that is. I just checked in. I did the jock motherfucking football thing. Watched that shit with my family. I won the second quarter on one of them. You know what I mean? Them fucking boards where you write your initials on.
Yeah.
So I'm
Who won
feeling
the
real
game?
good
Who won
tonight,
the
boy.
Who won the game?
The fucking Chiefs.
I knew it.
You already
I
knew
don't
the
know
Chiefs won.
I don't know anything about football, but I guess
You didn't even pay attention to it at all.
no, never. Fuck that
That's
shit.
a lie, dog.
I
okay,
I don't
so
watch-
what do we?
I don't
so
watch big black guys
we've
slap each
literally
other's
all
ass.
been
Shut
on
the
here.
fuck up, Drew.
Nobody
Drew,
checked
I
in.
already know you do.
No,
I already know you do because you have Jaguars. You're buying Jaguars hats, dog.
Yeah, because I flip them.
Okay, so that means at least you want to like look at it's the fashion that you like. Now I like you. I like you.
I try to buy them for $1 and flip them for $100. So that's
Right. What do you think when that old Jacksonville logo though? Like
Yeah,
that
worth
old
the money.
Jacksonville shit. That shit is good looking. What
the stretched up thing. It's worth
If
big money.
if we're going to the sports center, I'm gonna nuke the entire northeastern continent. What the hell's going on here?
One, I'm just jumping in, Playboy. Who said that? No, I'm sorry, I don't know the
Me,
whole room.
motherfucker, what's
I don't.
up?
I don't know. I
Flip
don't know
that
the room,
phone-
Drew,
flip
and I
the
do
phone
apologize.
sideways.
If I'm jumping in like an asshole, I apologize.
No,
you're
you're good.
fine, man. You're fine.
TK,
I'm
you
not
don't
meaning-
understand
I'm not-
something. TK, you don't understand something. This is not a white black thing. I'm not trying to like be
No,
the
I wasn't.
patriarch, but these guys are on to some serious stuff. They know that football is a psyop. They're down with everything. They don't have time to play, Hollywood games because they understand everything's got something
Is
behind
this Ben talking?
news
This is Ben talking.
and all of these type of people, right? They're working on it. Look at this guy in the corner. He doesn't have a light on. He's doing the whole
Which one?
research.
Me?
He's looking up shit on the internet. He's getting down to reality.
Okay, so it was panels on panels. It was panels on panels.
What do you think about panels?
They kicked your girl out. They kicked your daughter out because she
You
was
call her my girl. She's
your
daddy's
daughter.
girl.
I meant your daughter. I meant no
Oh, that's
disrespect.
fine.
No
She's daddy's
disrespect.
girl.
No disrespect. I'm not coming in. I'm coming in with a little
Yeah,
full belly full of fucking. But at the same time, I don't want no disrespect because really one of their buddies said some shit that kind of I knew I came off like an asshole the other night, and then he came headhunting me on Saturday, I want to say.
Dude, you were
And,
up all night streaming.
Oh, you're talking about Davy Crocco. So
Yeah, and then at the same time, I'm like, bro,
with Davy Crocco too.
I don't though. But the worst part is, I don't though.
No, I
Go
did.
ahead.
I healed it.
But he said a name that ain't my name, dude. He said a name, and then you guys all like. I watched that at like 9 o'clock last night. That shit's not. He's like, oh, I know these people. Tommy King or TK's name's this name, and he's in intercepting your Discord with a new name.
Infiltrating. That's what Davey said.
Yeah, dude. And I'm like, what
He's
the
a moron.
fuck?
He's a cop of truth. Or
Brother,
whatever.
I just gotta say this, dude. My name's
Cop, man.
He's doing
Bruh, I
research
don't-
on the internet and finding out the real story on the internet, and no one really tells you the truth in the books and the
And it's
movies
all-
on TV.
I-
We all know.
How many people? Is
whatever
there anybody?
is
Hold on,
fake.
let me get back on track.
How deep you guys want me to check this? Because I'm ready to check this on a fucking real deal. I'm ready to check this and end this motherfucking shit with that motherfucker. And Drew's the only one because I got fucking 6 articles of clothing that came to the house, written and my fucking address from Drew. So
Hold on,
fucking,
listen.
and if you want to say my name's not my name,
Hold
and
on,
I
bro.
can pull my fucking.
TK, start by flipping the phone sideways.
So Ben,
There we go.
You want that?
I want to address Ben Thorpe's point. He says we know everything about everything and everything's a
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah.
No, tonight we're talking about like social engineering by panels. Like they ring this out to you. This has been planned many years in advance.
All right, so then you're in on it because you have a panel.
Well, I'm playing right into the
Right, so
hands.
you're part of the agency. You're a thought. What is it called? A gatekeeper. You're part of the conspiracy.
No, I'm
Boys,
I'm
one
not
of
a
these shirts I'm about, one of these shirts I'm about to pull out
Hold up.
is
You
gonna fuck
guys have got
Drew
to
up that I haven't
bring
bought
out
one of them motherfuckers.
reality.
Okay, I
What do you
can't
think
hear.
about
I gotta
Tyree
remove
Nichols? That
What?
couldn't have happened, right? Let's say, have you guys discovered the truth? There was no Tyree Nichols. That didn't happen.
I don't even know who that is.
The black guy who got beat up by 5 other black guys.
Very simple. That's obviously fake.
And you believe that shit? Yes, obviously.
I don't know anything about it, but I'll say fake. You just
Right.
default to fake, and you're right 95% of the time.
Right. If you're crazy.
What about the balloons? I want to hear Ben Thorpe's normie take on the balloons.
The Chinese balloons? I think it's hilarious.
Why?
I just think it's ridiculous. I think we live in I think it's great because I think
real.
Do I think the balloon was real?
Yeah.
You're telling me you think there was a fake balloon? I mean, what do you mean there was a?
Is the story what the news told you? Is that the reality of the situation?
No, let's go back to this. Was the balloon real, Drew? Was there a balloon?
There probably was. I didn't personally see it.
I thought you said you default to fake.
Well,
so you're not
Ben,
understanding the nuance, Ben. That's why it's not a good look for you to be up
You're
here.
just making shit up out of the top,
Ben.
out of your ass.
What's up, TK? Oh, bro, he got a fucking banner.
Yeah.
You think that?
Shit.
You think I ain't fucking got no shit? Shit, that's just one. I'm just pulling out the motherfucking out the laundry room, nigga.
Shout out to EBT. Ben's streaming with one viewer right now. Tell him to come over here. Ben Thorpe wants a rematch.
I'm just saying, boy.
I gotta go over there and save my reputation to that one viewer, which is him.
All right, man. This panel's gotten off the rails. I think that's another.
It is what it is getting off the fucking rails is, Drew, is it pissed me off when fucking I thought we can bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And then you got these motherfuckers that get all, what are we getting uptight about? You know what I'm saying? What are we getting uptight about as men? What are we getting uptight about?
That's your boy Davey. That's ask him.
No idea, TK.
No, I'm not worried about Davey. I'm worried about y'all motherfuckers too. Like, especially TBE motherfucker. Are we good?
He's wound tight.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's fragile. He's fragile.
He ain't though. He ain't. He's a good man. He's a good man.
He's a good guy, but he gets tweaked.
And that's the worst part. That was actually one of the most bunk ass shirts I bought. That's why that motherfucker was already in the bottom of the laundry. I bought a bunch of this motherfucker shit. Drew, that's why I said when you got Davey acting here, like my name's DeMarcus. Like I'm DeMarcus talking that shit in the third fucking stream. Like, dude, you don't fucking.
What is this dog business, Drew?
What dog?
What was that?
Tartarian. No, I'm asking Drew. What?
Go ahead.
Tartarian. Thank you.
Oh, they're asking about the dog from the other night, TK. Did you have to like kill the
My
dog?
puppy?
Whatever you're talking about?
Yeah, I do. He's upstairs. They're both upstairs. No, yeah, we haven't. We haven't yet. We have not yet. That dog is still alive. The little what is it? What the fuck do they call wiener dog? A coup. It's a black lab mixed with another thing. Fucking it. That little motherfucker though. Cougar, a cobra. What the fuck? Why am I tripping? I'm tripping on the damn. I'm tripping on the name of that damn dog now.
I'm not so sure what's up with that.
A wiener dog. What they? A cougar. A cougar. A cougar. Like that. I'm being that serious. I'm being that serious. I'm sorry.
What's this?
Isn't it a dachshund?
A corgi, motherfucker. Yeah,
I gotta shut this shit down and go to sleep. Appreciate it.
Get the fuck
Oh,
out
you're
of here.
rage quitting. You're rage quitting.
Yeah, you're rage quitting.
No, we ain't. I just showed up, Drew. I just showed up.
Rage quit. You suck.
Hold on. And can I just say one thing to real quick? Ben, I would like to talk to you more in the future and engage on these ideas of marriage and masculinity and see what's going on with you because I think you're fascinating, man.
I would like to see you.
And then, boys,
hey,
go ahead. I would like to talk to Drew about one thing before I just drop in or drop out. But go ahead, boys.
I want to see Ben rematch Benton and try to get his balls back.
Oh wait,
I have to go over to a stream now that has one viewer.
That was cucking. You don't have to right now. I'm just saying someday it's
no.
somewhere.
The reason I don't go over there is because it sucks to go over to a stream with one viewer.
Well, I
Ben,
told him to bring it over here, and he didn't want to do it. So, all right, man. Appreciate everyone that was here. Appreciate the chat.
Drew, you already know the man. I never talk no shit about you as a gentleman, and fucking I know I usually come in with my fucking damn near my eyes damn near falling out. So I appreciate what you do, man.
Yeah,
Keep doing it, motherfucker.
Appreciate you.
All right,
man.
motherfucker.
I'll jump over and moderate. It's too late. Whatever.
Oh,
I'll jump over
it's all good. And
moderate.
then shout out to Truth or Cop, and I'll put everyone's links at the end of the video. 100
I'll
people
take-
in here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my main channel, chalkbodyonline.com, and peace out.
Lee William.